It's too bad that they didn't go with. I'll show the picture here. The USS Clark. This is a ship from Discovery. And this is a solid-looking ship. And I don't understand why they didn't use something like this as opposed to the stupid-ass looking Discovery itself. I genuinely don't know. It's funny because I just got a notification that you're live. Why they didn't use something like this as opposed to... And I see on your live stream is my live stream, which is kind of weird. And it's showing on Anti-Trekker.com. So you're showing my live stream on Anti-Trekker.com. So that's just weird. The Shinzo isn't really bad. It just doesn't fit. Yeah, here's the thing. If you take the ship designs for the Shinzo and the other original ships, everything except for the Discovery, from STD, and you move the time period instead of being pre-TOS to post-TMP, so in between the motion picture era, so after Star Trek 6, but before Star Trek The Next Generation, or actually probably before the Enterprise C specifically, that would be perfect. It would fit there, it would look good, it would feel right. But instead, they don't, because they're freaking idiots. Alright, so, Bird of Prey is in fact live. And let's see, copy that. I see Peter put the link in there as well, and I was just pasting it. So I want everybody to go there, check out Bird of Prey. He's an awesome dude. Hang out with him and have a great rest of your day. But I am gonna be. That's not what I meant to do. So we're gonna be wrapping it up here, and so have a wonderful whatever it is.
Sing it! For the floral, for the floral, for the sing it! 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 Sing it! Morty, 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 sing it!
Hello YouTube. It's BOP5. I guess we had enough of, wow, that was some epic Anti-Trekker live stream. Forgive the BOP5 hologram today. I didn't get much of a chance to set it up. It'll be worse than usual. I suppose I could kill the hologram if I need to, if it's causing anybody eye problems. Can you guys hear me okay? Hello Peter, hello Thomas, Josh Street, Marlena, Monroe, Anti-Trekker, welcome. 3 hours, 47 minutes, 9 seconds. That was even longer than last night's live stream, which was even longer than my stream from yesterday. Thank you, Marlena. Yes, it is a nice background. I thought so. I wish it was a little bit less jumpy and fluid. If I had a serious green screen, I could do that, but I don't really want to have to put Mom through all the hard work of setting up a green screen behind me. For those of you who don't know, this is the actual background that's behind me at any given time. It's just my house. I've got a collage of pictures that I did in, I don't know, before I got sick, so probably 2008 was probably the last time I edited any of those pictures. And then it's just a closet, a a door downstairs and my front door. So to fix that, we use hologram technology, and we put in a background. I change it from day to day usually. It's better than nothing, I think. Anti-Trekker says, boy, is his mouth tired. I can imagine, Anti-Trekker. I can imagine. I did 3 hours and I think 15 or 18 minutes yesterday myself. I don't know how Doomcock does 5-6 hours. I don't. He definitely something about him. Because then when he stops, I mean, it sounds like he could keep going for another 5 hours if he wanted to. I know I personally, towards the end, I'm like shaking, I'm hunched over this way, even more so than usual, Darth has to ask me if I'm okay. He's afraid I'm going to pass out on the computer screen. So I know I don't show it well after a few hours. But man, I mean, granted, Doomcock is not on camera. So he just has his equivalent of an avatar up. I mean, and it's certainly a bit easier to do the stream with just my my head in a jar up rather than actually live on camera. You can scratch some things and do some things if you have to do them without worrying about what's going on. You could take the occasional sip of water without worrying about so much. So yeah, I'm sure it's easier when you don't have to deal with actually being on camera and light on your face and all those other things. But still, 5 hours is 5 hours. So all the more kudos to him on that. Thomas Potts says, I had his stream and yours up at the same time. It sounded weird. Thomas, it probably also sounded weird because I realized I had my microphone on. So not only were we hearing Anti-Trekker's music from his stream and my stream, you were also hearing it through my stream, through my microphone and back again. So yeah, that was kind of weird, kind of messed up. And you're asking Anti-Trekker to check Discord. Doc Jombary, if I'm saying that right. Yo Doc, thank you for joining. John Archbaki. Auntie gets lonely when Mrs. Anti is away. Guys, if I'm butchering your last names, I apologize. I am no stranger to having my last name butchered. If I'm saying it wrong, just tell me how to spell it phonetically, pronounce it phonetically, and I will do my best. Commander Ironwolf. Hello, Commander Ironwolf. Qapla. Welcome, Kronos. Thomas says, hold on, aren't you really on the bridge? Thomas says, hold on. Aren't you really on the bridge of the Enterprise? No, Thomas. I am using the latest in holographic technology, unfortunately, not on the actual bridge. I know, it's trickery. It's a bit cheap, but, desperate times calls for desperate measures. Kronos was ripped off by the Anti-Trekker. He's going to sue. What did Anti-Trekker do? Did he not do a super chat reward or something? Doc Jamboree says hologram. Yes, hologram. John Macco, my friend John Macco. I taught you hologram technology. Oh, did you, John? I kind of forgot that. You taught me holograms? I remember you teaching me bowling. And that was why I was such a great bowler, guys. 73 in one game. 73 points. Almost, I mean, that's a solid C. C, maybe even a C plus. No, it's a C. 73 pins knocked down in a single bowling game, thanks to everything I learned from John Macco. Cut down in the prime of my bowling career by pancreatitis. I would have been in the Bowling Hall of Fame by now with other famous bowlers that, got famous and rich and had big, lucrative bowling contracts. I can't think of any by name, but I'm sure they must exist. Right? I mean, when you were kids, you all had, like, your bowling trading cards, right? You used to pass them with your friends, try to collect the entire team of, like, top bowlers. And then you'd have arguments with other kids who said bowling's not the best sport, billiards is. So you'd have fights between whether bowling or pool billiards was the better game. But we all know bowling. Bowling is America's game. Chronos says, oh crap, Anti-Trekker on? Oh crap. I don't know if he heard you, Chronos, but I might be worried. Penn Farm Girl, he's a robot. I'm not a robot, I'm a hologram. Robots are mean and cold. Holograms can be warm, and we're much smarter than robots. A robot's brain is tiny, it's got to fit in its head. Hologram's brain can be an entire ship, or it can be worn on its arm. But that's future tech. John Arbaki, Doomcock does the show on his toilet. I would not be surprised. Tell you, if I could, I would. It would certainly save some time. Kronos asks, Russian bot. Anti-Trekker says, Kronos, I am truly sorry. Definitely the words of someone trying to prevent a lawsuit if I ever heard one. Anti-Trekker is going to have to make amends. 2 super chats at the next live stream, maybe? I don't know. You guys should figure it out. Don't let this go on. Peter Quinn says, we need headsets. You can mute when you know. Oh, Peter Quinn says, well, we need headsets. You can mute when you know. I don't get the reference. Kronos says, Anti-Trekker, I didn't mean to say anything wrong. However, you still owe bang. Doc says he likes my hologram. Thank you, Doc. Penn Farm Girl says to John, points for such a good theory, though. John Bird, you a Rick and Morty fan? Can't talk with the cause he won't watch it. With anti cause he won't watch it. John. You're breaking my heart, John. No, I'm not a Rick and Morty fan. I'm sorry. I really am. I won't watch it either. I don't know. I know Anti-Trekker's 50. I'm 40. I was good with loved The Simpsons. South Park, Ren and Stimpy, Beavis and Butthead. For some reason, the animation stylings of Rick and Morty just don't agree with me. So no, I'm sorry. I don't watch Rick and Morty. I wish I could say I did, but I don't. I know so many people claim it's so funny. I tried, and it was like watching, I don't know what it was like watching, because I couldn't watch it for long. And then that Simpsons intro that they did, Rick and Morty did a Simpsons couch gag, and it was like, oh, this is painful. I don't get it. I don't get any of it. Can't we all just agree that Futurama is the greatest cartoon in the last 20 or 30 years? Well, 20 years. The Simpsons before that, and Looney Tunes before that. Well, maybe Animaniacs before that, and then Tiny Toons, and then Looney Tunes, Merry Melodies, and Disney, in that reverse order. Chrono says, hey, Anti-Trekker. Pen Farmer Girl. Anyone watch Future Man? Season 2 premiered today. No, Pen Farmer Girl. I've never heard of Future Man. What channel is it on, or streaming service? I haven't heard anything about it. Anti-Trekker says, the Kronos, remember, never piss off the family. Kronos is asking the same questions about Future Man as I am. Doc gives me his name. Jorbroni. Doc Jorbroni. Okay, sounds good, Doc. I will try to remember. Doc Jorbroni. Jorbroni. Like the people who like My Little Ponies. Bronies. Doc Jorbroni. Kronos is Anti-Trekker. When you say piss, does that mean a vacuum is involved? And I lost the stream. I lost this comments. I'm back. Pen Farm Girl says to Kronos, very funny. Rips off every time travel movie. I finally broke down and got Hulu to binge season 1. Okay, so Future Man is a very funny rip-off of every time travel movie. Oh, that sounds like it could be interesting, and I have Hulu. So, plus and plus again. Anti-Trekker says 73. I don't know why Alexa... I didn't ask Alexa any questions. She's answering me. Anti-Trekker says 73. 73 is not a C/C+ because the max score is 300. Anti-Trekker, I see you have... I don't know what school you went to where the max score was 300. But a max score at my school, at most schools in the free world, is 100. So 73 is a solid C. That's just science. I can't argue with that. I'm sorry. It's not like the religion thing. You don't have a leg to stand on. Unlike me, or much like me, you don't have a leg to stand on. Chrono says the Pen Farm Girl, aren't you the person to mention Hulu? Thinking about it more. Peter Quinn, you mean Top Trumps? We had those. I have no idea what Top Trumps are. Oh, bowling cards. Anti-Trekker had bowling cards. Oh, bowling cards. I wonder if they're a different type of bowling. Kronos was lucky to get a C+. Anti-Trekker says, oh, bowling cards. I'm sure you do, Anti-Trekker. For your own bowel, too. Peter Quinn, you mean 10-pin, not lawn bowls. Pen Farmer Girl to Kronos. Do your free trial and binge Future Man. And then Pen Farm Girl says Doomcock is a robot. That's how he streams 6 hours. That's possible, but I thought Doomcock builds robots. So if we have a robot that's already building other robots, that's more scary than I thought it was. Maybe we should release Harvey. At least Harvey is organic, right? Kronos says the acoustics are great in the bathroom. It is. It's weird. They usually are. Yes, very true. Very true. Kronos says to Peter Quinn, will shower, that is. Not well, the shower, that is. Not anywhere else. Peter Quinn, you were on about drinking and other noises at BOP5 for the mute button. You were on about drinking and other noises for the mute button. Oh, in the bathroom, yes, I suppose so. Pen Farm Girl. Well, there are other places in the bathroom, however, just the sink isn't comfy. Peter Quinn loved Beavis and Butthead. And Kronos says Rick and Morty are good, is good. Kronos says if you don't like Rick and Morty, don't watch it. Well, I'm not, so everybody's happy. Kronos and Futurama is most certainly better. Good, as long at least we can agree on that. Derek says, evening all, there's a bad crowd here now. Very bad. We've got 13 people watching. It's been about a steady 13 who came over from Anti-Trekker's stream. So yes, that is one of my bigger audiences. I thank you guys all for coming and giving me a chance. We can just do comments, but I could also talk about the Orville, which I watched this morning and then again later during physical therapy, while also listening to Anti-Trekker. Anti-Trekker is saying something about the max score in bowling being 300. Well, Anti-Trekker, if it's 300, then my 73 or 75, whatever I got, doesn't really sound all that impressive. So are you saying that I'm not as impressive as I think I am? Is that what you're saying? Is it inconceivable that in the bowling alley I went to, the max score was only 100? Think. Kronos says, be careful of the lurkers. They be lurking. How do I know? 'Cause I think like them. Pen Farm Girl says, hail Doomcock. Yes. Yes, hail Doomcock and hail Harvey. Peter Quinn says, Anti-Trekker. Quite randy about today, huh? Disney, then God. Great work today, man. My cousin, Dibs. How's it, Joe? How's it going today? It's going well, Dibs. Going well. We all just came off of almost a 4-hour stream of Anti-Trekker streaming today, so I kind of came on in a rush to poach part of his audience that was willing to come over, because I guess they didn't have enough punishment from listening to Anti-Trekker for 4 hours, and they wanted the fun to continue. So here we are. How are you doing? Everybody okay with you? Peter Quinn says you missed my comment about Bill Colony Anti-Trekker, Disney, Pocahontas, and Gulliver's Travels. Anti-Trekker, says Peter Quinn, thank you. Anti-Trekker says, I have to say I think Disney Rant was rather epic. The Disney Rant was rather epic. And Peter Quinn, I saw you refer to Bill Connolly, but I don't know the details on that one. And Anti-Trekker also wants to remind everybody what physical therapy means. Yes, it means helping me get strength back to my legs so I can walk again. It does not mean beating up or physically assaulting anyone, despite the popular rumor. Peter Quinn says, all right, was about him doing stand-up and what he's said, Anti-Trekker, in relation to Kevin Hart's comments. Chrono says, this is true. 300 and bowling is the max. Chronos, are you part of this family or not? Peter says, he's one of the few stand-ups I've seen the most of on stage. Thomas Potts says, you better reword that bowling score, Anti-Trekker. Thomas gets it. Anti-Trekker says, sorry, I was mistaken. In fact, I looked up the official rules of bowling. And the max score is 75. So your 73 is an almost perfect game. Now you see, that's the type of people we need in this organization. I thought I did even better than I thought I did. So yeah, 73 is about right. Good. Thank you, Anti-Trekker, for teaching us. Kronos asks, is that metric or English? Peter says, the Bin Yin rocks. I am also known as Big Yin up north. Doc Jabroni says, haha. Peter Quinn, we call physical therapy physiotherapy, and I do that myself. Good for you, Peter. Dibs says, I'll check him out. Cool, yeah. Everything good, just getting the essentials ready for my gaming stream. You've inspired me to start one, so thanks. Bought a new desk, mic, lights, and cam should be fun. Cool, Dibs. I look forward to seeing you stream. Vixen of Va Va Voom. Hiya, boys. Qapla Vixen. Welcome. Chrono says, having minions around means you don't need to shoot bang. Thud. Oh crap, Donbot is catching up. And then he says, hello to Vixen of Va Va Voom. Peter says it's probably doing physio I'll probably be doing physio for the rest of my life. I assume you mean doing physiotherapy to help others, in which case, very good. If you need it for the rest of your life, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I'll probably need it for the rest of my life too, so. Yeah. Just the way it works out sometimes. even before I got sick, I was needing physical therapy for my back. Know myself, keep my legs moving. Yes, yeah, well, keep up with it. I mean, it does work. I've been having this new physical therapist now for a few months, and there are new movements that are definitely helping. Definitely made it easier. Yeah, guys, I'm cutting the camera for a minute in case anybody has to go behind me for a few minutes. I'll come back on camera in a few, but I'll keep talking. Anti-Trekker says, when Bird of Prey 5 gives you physical therapy, you only need it once. Peter Quinn says, that's what life dealt us, Bird of Prey 5, no complaints. Peter Quinn says, live snowfish fell and Ben Nevis. I've climbed Snowdon, Scafell, and Ben Nevis. Are those mountains, Peter? Good for you if they are. I haven't really climbed any mountains except in my Jeep, which were still nice, but I don't give myself particular credit for it. Yeah, Kronos has had knee treble before, and then Bird of Prey fixed the problem. I can fix knee treble, yeah. You can get all new knees if you need them. Vixen of Vavavoom asked me, have you won the lottery and gotten fembots yet? No, Vixen, if I had fembots, I probably would not be streaming. I would just be enjoying their company for months and months and months on end, making up for lost time of the last 10 or so years. But eventually, I guess I would stream and they would be on camera, like Harry Mudd's androids doing his bidding for him. So, quick poll for the 11 of you still here. Did anyone not see the Orville who's going to see it soon and doesn't want spoilers? If you prefer no Orville spoilers, speak up now. And I will make sure to stay spoiler free. If you're okay with spoilers, or you saw it, you can either chime in or just not say anything. I'll give it a minute or so. Okay, Commander Ironwolf, no Orville spoilers. That's fine. I will say, I thought it was the best episode of the season so far. Saleya, I'm just going to say that you guys should know already if you follow the Orville or any of the people that, yes, the Orville does visit Saleya. It is Alara's home planet. And man, it is a beautiful planet. One thing that always kind of bugged me about the Next Generation and Deep Space Nine was that every alien planet, Romulus, even Kronos, Ferenginar, Bajor, anytime you saw a capital planet besides Earth. I know they were different planets, but to me, they almost always looked the same. It was, yeah, sure, one might have more land or more greenery, but the buildings kind of looked the same. There was a big main building, and then, same, I don't know, not geography. What's the other G word in math? The math word, geometry. The buildings had the same geometry. It's hard to explain, but if you've seen it, I think you understand what I'm saying. It's like the same guy just painted all the same planets, the backgrounds, and I don't know, to me they all had a very similar feeling. Seeing Saleya through the Orville was the first time in sci-fi, modern TV sci-fi, that I was like, wow, that looks like an impressive future alien society. And yes, it was very, you can tell where they needed the extra time this season, because I'm sure they put a lot of time into the rendering and design of scenes like that they had in last night's episode. And also, I won't get into what he does or the reason he's there, but those of you who are Enterprise fans, the actor who played Dr. Phlox is in the episode as well. So when you see it, it'll be a nice surprise. So yeah. But it was I would say it was a pretty solid episode. I hope it helps them with the ratings. I know they were hurting a little. I do think they kind of screwed up with their season opener. The season opener should have been a mid-season story, and episode 2 really should have played during season 1. It should not have been the second episode of the season. It should have been like one of the last episodes of last season. So I did think they hurt themselves, but if anybody can recover, it is the Orville. I'm confident, especially after last night, that their storytelling is going to be solid. It had its funny moments. It had its dramatic moments. It had everything you'd want. Had everything you'd want in a Star Trek-like series. Vixen of Vavavoom, they all had the same architects. Exactly, Vixen. Every planet that they went to besides Earth looked like the same architect planned every city. Yeah, there were minor differences, but clearly there was something similar about them. Like, they all could have been part of the Romulan Empire or the Ferengi Alliance or something, and they just had different planets within that same culture. But we were supposed to believe these were entirely different alien races halfway across the galaxy from each other. And I never got that feeling. Anti-Trekker, Kronos says, Anti-Trekker, BOP5, do you think the Orville is going to get better? Everyone, what do you think? Well, I personally think it will get better. Better from the first couple episodes. I mean, to be honest, the majority of season 1 of the Orville was damn near perfect. Is it going to get better? I don't know if it'll get better, but if it can just be as good as it was, as some of those episodes were, that's all it needs to be. I hope it gets better, but I'm not sure you can go up from where it was. You could go up from episodes 1 and 2, and I think season 3 did. Episode 3 went up from there. I think we're in line to kind of peak out again. And when you're at the top, unfortunately, there's nowhere to go but down. Except you can also stay at the top. So I hope they do for another season or more. And, I'm not... episode 3, I was worried. I was worried up until episode 3 that they had lost some magic. But I've got a new hope that they'll be okay. I'm a little concerned. I don't want to get into spoilers. Yeah, I don't want to get into spoilers, so we'll talk about that some other time. I have some concerns over new cast members. I'm hoping they are a very limited cast member, but the new cast member we saw had some funny moments, I suppose, but I honestly don't see him being a long-term cast member. So if they're out in an episode or two, then I'll be fine with them, but that's about it. Weren't the first 2 episodes holdovers? No, Kronos, the first episode, Gelogia, was a brand new season 2 episode. The second episode, Primal Urges, was the holdover from season 1. That is why Primal Urges really didn't seem to fit in with any of the story that happened in the first episode. The only thing they edited in Primal Urges was Bortus's kid, Bortus and Clyden's son. They made him look older, where in Primal Urges originally he was still a baby. Now he's like the equivalent of, I don't know, a 6 or 7 year old, maybe an 8 year old, because Mochlin babies grow quicker than human babies. So they just had to reshoot a couple of those scenes to make him fit in. Everything else was straight from season 1, and that's why Ed and Kelly's relationship did not seem like the same Ed and Kelly from episode 1 at all. That's why there was no mention of Kelly's boyfriend or the big issue they had episode 1. And so they were not both holdovers. Only Primal Urges was a holdover. And I really liked Gelogia, don't get me wrong. Gelogia was a decent episode, but it wasn't a season opening episode. Not in my opinion. Pen Farm Girl says the same thing. The second one was the holdover. Doc Jimbroni says, later everyone, take care, Doc. Pen Farm Girl says, lurking at work and listening. I'll let you keep the boys straight, Vixen. Anti-Trekker says to Kronos, I think it will get better. kind of implies it's not doing well. I'm enjoying it now. I just hope they don't fall apart. Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. I don't think it needs to get better. It just needs to not get worse. Anti-Trekker says, by the way, I'm in and out with the stream doing some work around the house here. Okay, Anti-Trekker, I understand. Not everyone can be stuck in their beds, forced to listen. I suppose we need some people who can actually get around so that people like me can get food delivered and things like that. Amazon isn't fully automated yet, despite what the news might have us believe. Penn Farm Girl agrees with Anti-Trekker, but the ratings aren't good. Next week looks really good. I hope the ratings are improved. Penn Farm Girl, the ratings, I don't know the Primal Urge ratings, but the ratings from Gelogia, I know a lot of places said they were down, and they were down if you look at them as down from the season premiere of season 1. They were way down. But if you look at them from the season finale of season 1, they were way up. You can look at it either way. I was kind of positive on the ratings. You don't have to always take the negative spin they put on it. If you look at it objectively, more people tuned in to watch it than watch the last season of the last episode of last season. So to me, that means that it got more popular over the year it was off the air. Chrono says, I need to be so careful when it comes to chat with the Anti-Trekker. At least you're teaching me. Peter Quinn, am getting tired, Bird of Prey 5. I hear you, Peter. We've all been listening to Anti-Trekker for almost 4 hours, and to be honest, I was debating whether I was going to go live today, and as 3 o'clock came and went, I kind of was like, I guess I'm not going to bother today. But then when Anti-Trekker offered to send an audience here, I couldn't give up on that opportunity. New people are too important to the channel. So guys, please, especially if you are new here, if you at all care about anything I like, or you think I'm at halfway interesting, please like the video. More important, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. I can't promise you're going to like every video, but, what does it hurt? Get the video, get the email, get the description, and if you don't like it, you delete it. It's a second out of your day, but hey, maybe I'm going to do a topic you're going to really like, and, one good topic, one good day, one good stream, and it's all worth it for, a few seconds of any day, deleting a link to something you don't care about. It's actually a good deal. So go ahead and like and subscribe. It means a lot. Helps me, helps the channel, helps you, helps everybody, helps the somehow it all trickles down. It helps the orphans. It helps the people fighting for their freedom and homelands and remote parts of the world. It helps fight communism in North Korea. It all helps. It all trickles down. Vixen of Vavavoom says, okay, dumb question, but do they count Fox Now viewing in the ratings? They do eventually, Vixen. They're not in the immediate ratings, but yes, eventually, after a week or two, when all the ratings are counted, including DVRs and Hulu and other delayed watches, they do go back and adjust ratings. They're actually reported as two separate ratings. There's the immediate live ratings, which is what most people are used to seeing, and then there's a second ratings, which has all the viewers. I think they do a stat of who views in the first 24 hours, the first 48 hours, and I think maybe the first week. After a week or so, I don't think it's nearly as important. Even if you do watch it, I don't think it counts nearly as much. But there are all different types of rating periods they report on. I've seen mention of those. Peter Quinn says he's going to head off for the day. Qapla, Peter, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Anti-Trekker says the Penn Farm Girl, he agrees. The ratings have me concerned. Chief Cook, applaud Chief Cook, welcome. Peter Quinn says good night, guys. Chrono says take care. Vixen says night, Peter. Chrono says need more comments. Chronos, why Chronos? Why? John let me see if I can get this. Archaki? John Archaki? I still have a hard time with McFarlane in the lead. He's doing a decent job to me, John. Yeah, maybe I wouldn't have picked him for the lead, but it's his show, so I guess he gets to play whoever he wants. He's really not bad. I mean, I don't want to get into spoilers for last night's episode, but suffice to say, there was at one point he was in a lot of pain, and I don't know, it looked pretty real to me, believable. Granted, it wasn't a long scene, but he did a good job of portraying someone in a lot of pain. Vixen says Seth is hot. Enough said. John says if you like weird looking dudes. Chrono says if you don't like The Family Guy, American Dad, The Cleveland Show, and however they spell the Orville, it isn't for you. Vixen says you need your eyes checked. Chrono said Ted and Ted 2, forgot that. Vixen says I forgot about those two, Chronos, I liked all of them. Thomas says 10 watching 10, like 100%. Yeah, this is a solid A, Chronos. Solid A plus stream right now. No extra credit, but you don't need it at 100%. Chrono says, I think even if the Orville isn't that popular, that Seth has some weight. John says, save the whales. Vixen says trickle downs like the Geloja. Oh, Vixen, I don't think there was any trickling during Geloja. We didn't see the stream. I assume Mocklin P is invisible. It's cloaked. I'm not sure the exact reason, but whatever it was, I would imagine that trickling, it does not. And I see I forgot to put the camera back on. If you prefer the animated face, I get it. Feel free to tell me. I will not be offended. Truth is, I kind of prefer it too, but I feel weird staring at a cartoon face when I know I'm right here and I could be on screen. In my forum, juot.net, which is on my shirt, I closed down because it was having technical issues before I started streaming, and I've left them offline. So I need to turn them back on before I go to bed tonight, or else they're going to be quite upset. Well, we'll get to them later. Penn Farm Girl says episode 2 dropped by 50% from episode 1. 5.7 million to 2.6. Haven't heard about episode 3 yet. I want the show to do well. We all do. I think it's going to start to do better, especially as people give better reviews, which I imagine they will. Chrono says, what do whales do for us? Well, besides keep the alien probes away that will destroy the planet. Thomas, is that not enough? Thomas Potts says, liking Bird of Prey 5 stream helps whatever you support. Yes. If you support the rainforest, click the like button. If you support animals, click the like button. If you support cage-free chickens, click the like button. If you support veganism, click the like button. If you support hunting, click the like button. If you support the Second Amendment, click the like button. If you support common sense gun control measures, click the like button. If you support Donald Trump, click the like button. If you support Democrats, Hillary Clinton, or anyone else, that you dislike Trump, hit the like button. If you support Brexit, hit the like button. If you support the UK staying in the European Union, hit the like button. Any of those things, you hit the like button. It will help. It'll help them all. If you support Doomcock, hit the like button. If you support Anti-Trekker, hit the like button. If you support Mecha Random, hit the like button. If you support Track Yards, buy some maple syrup and then hit the like button. Thomas Potts, I just read that. John says the signal the Space Probe to stop evaporating the ocean. Exactly. Vixen, are whales tasty? I wouldn't know. I don't think I've ever had whale. Chrono says to John, well, there's that. Yep. If you like non-ionized oceans, then you want to save the whales, hit the like button. The like button is not to be confused with the release Harvey button. I know you might want to push them both, but there's a small difference between the two. You want to press mine. You may not want to press Harvey's. Vixen says, by only George, Gracie can't sing. But only George, Gracie can't sing. Chrono says, isn't that sexist? Vixen says, everything is sexist these days. That's true. But it's a fact. Female whales don't sing? Is that true, Vixen? I don't know. I might have to look that up. Is that a thing? What? Yeah, what the what? Female whales don't sing. Maybe they just sing in audio we can't detect. Mr. Miles, Chief Engineer. Okay, I'm here. We can start the party now. Qapla, Mr. Miles, welcome. Vixen, is there a party? Is it a sexy party? I don't know what you guys are partying with, but go for it. If it helps, go for it. Depends on how things go, Vixen. And Mr. Miles asks, who's for Naked Twister? Oof, Mr. Miles. Could you imagine Anti-Trekker and Lore playing Naked Twister? That would be terrible. Why would you even put that thought into my head? Maybe Joshua can make a super chat. Part 5. Anti-Trekker and Lore Reloaded playing Naked Twister. Terrible. Chrono says, Commander Ironwolf, never forget, welcome to the party, pal. Vixen says, LMAO. Mr. Miles, it looks like you're only in mid-transport Bird of Prey 5. Yes, Mr. Miles, the Bird of Prey 5 hologram is having serious issues today. I didn't have time to run a level 1 diagnostic and, I don't know, reset my subroutines, trying to get on the air as quickly as possible for Anti-Trekker stream. It would seem I have but one hand available at the moment, or mid-phase. I believe it's just regular hologram nonsense, but I don't know. Could be a phasing issue. Chief Engineer, Mr. Miles, can I be saved? Yes, Vixen. Right, Mr. Miles is the Chief Engineer. He should be fixing this. He cannot change the laws of physics. Yeah, that's true. But you could fix the damn hollow emitters, right, Mr. Miles? What am I paying you for? Don't tell me you haven't been paid. Vixen says Donbot is always doing well. That's true. Unless he's being shot at. Well, she. That was a great episode. Man, I so wish I could just, like, these companies weren't stuck up about their intellectual property, and like we could just throw Futurama episode on and just like watch it and comment on it as it played and just all like laugh at it and talk about it and not worry about getting banned or DMCA'd or whatever. Like, they're not doing it for the money, you know. Fox or whoever owns it, they can take the money from the ads. I don't care about the ad money. I just want it to be able to do it without it being pulled down and without my account getting a strike or a ban for doing it. That would be so cool, right? If we could do that type of stuff. Even with just TV shows that were on network television. So it's not like even that we have to, you know, by all rights, people could have these on VHS tapes or DVRs that they got for absolutely for free over the air, and that we're not allowed to rebroadcast them just for fun. That's kind of nuts. That's kind of nuts. It'd be so cool. Cage-free chickens have been supported. He died several times. Yes, poor Welshie. I support Anti getting the tranny he needs so badly. Yes. Yes. It's technically Mrs. Anti-Trekker in need of the tranny, but close enough. If either one of them get the tranny, it would help. Kronos says, who are these people you speak of? Well, Kronos track yards are porn stars. If you say so, I have seen some pictures of Captain Foley that would make me wonder, maybe. And Commander Cockings certainly has the name for it, but luckily I have not seen any pictures of him. I bet whale tastes like chicken. Yummy. He's reading the sexy party comments now. He looks so uncomfortable, lol. Why did you have to say that about Lauren Anti-Trekker? Because it was in my brain, Thomas. And if it gets in my brain, I have to share it with you people so it has a way out of my brain. And I'm sorry, but I have to share it with you guys. That's just the way it is. I don't want to suffer alone. Kronos asks me, why did I give Mr. Miles a wrench? Kronos, why not? Vixen says female whales can make noises, but they aren't the same as singing like in Star Trek 4. Are you calling Spock a liar? I believe you, Vixen. In fact, I think I remember hearing that at some point now that you bring it up. But man, that is weird. So I guess if only the males are singing, it's probably some type of mating ritual. John says there's a video of Anti and Lore playing Naked Twister on their last YouTube channel. You know, I wouldn't be surprised considering the stuff they had on that channel. Vixen says he's an engineer. Yes. Yes, Chief Engineer Mr. Miles is an engineer. He is also a special snowflake. Is it better or worse than Mocklin porn? Mocklin porn, as we saw on the Orville, is better than Lore and Anti-Trekker playing Naked Twister, because at least Mocklin porn, you can say those are costumes. They are not real. This is make-believe. But no, Anti-Trekker and Lore would be all too real. You cannot say that this was makeup or those were costumes. I need quatools. says Kronos. Vixen says, wait till he gets to my Doomcock comment. Mr. Miles says, preach it, bird of prey. And YouTube should allow us to broadcast nude too. I didn't go that far, Mr. Miles. Kronos says, please no nudes. Wait, did I miss your Doomcock comment, Vixen? If I did, I'm very sorry. YouTube doesn't show me every comment. John says Wakanda forever. He may never. It's true, I might not. Hey guys, it is time for that favorite song. I'll be right back. Well, East Coast girls are hip. I really dig those styles they wear. And the Southern girls with the way they talk, they knock me out when I'm down there. The Midwest farmers' daughters really make you feel all right. And the Northern girls with the way they kiss, they keep their boyfriends warm at night. I wish they all could be California. I wish they all could be California. I wish they all could be California girls. The West Coast has the sunshine and the girls all get so tan. I dig a French bikini on a wild island all by a palm tree in the sand. I've been all around this great big world and I see all kinds of girls. Yeah, but I can't wait to get back in the States, back to the cutest girls in the world. I wish they all could be California. I wish they all could be California. I wish they all could be California girls. I wish they all could be California. I wish they all could be California. I wish they all could be California girls. I wish they all could be. Wish they all could be. I wish they all could be California girls. Yeah. Yeah. Save your applause to the end, people. Thank you. Wakanda forever. Mr. Miles says he may never. Kronos says that could go sour fast. Vixen says that's his porn name. Cockings. Yeah, it certainly sounds like it. Kronos says, John says to John, did you just watch Black Panther? Mr. Miles says to Vixen, are you sure it doesn't have 2 Ks? Kronos says Vulcans can lie. It's true. Spock proved that, although Spock is half Vulcan. That other woman that he mind raped in Star Trek 6, though, she definitely lied. She claimed she exaggerated, but it was a lie. Vulcans lie. They just call it exaggeration. Exactly, Vixen. Exactly. We're on the same page here. Uh, Mr. Miles says female whales don't sing because, and it jumped. I think it said because of the whale patriarchy. Yes, because of the whale patriarchy, it's true. Stop female whale oppression. Hashtag, let them sing. It's a good hashtag, Mr. Miles. You should run with it. Vixen says, Mr. Miles, engineer Cockings? Cockings. Yes, Commander Cockings. Chrono says, who has the better holodeck? Kronos asked, just a good old boy? No, I sang California Girls for you. A pre-recorded version of California Girls until the end when you got the live version. Mr. Miles, what was happening? What was happening was I needed a minute and a half to 2 minutes to Jaloja, and I figured I'd play the California Girls song since I had it queued up. I do apologize for that. You guys already saw me sing, Anti-Trekker's rendition of me singing Good Old Boys, and turd is the word, so figured not to put you through that twice in one day. Your ears are bleeding, Mr. Miles, really? Was it that awful? There is a mute button, you know you can click it on if you need to. I saw today a video of a woman who was from California screaming at a JetBlue employee in Fort Lauderdale. She was screaming that the employee was a rapist because he wouldn't let her on the plane because she looked and acted drunk, and you're not allowed to fly when you're drunk. And she called him a rapist for doing that. Then she yelled that she had a gun because she was homeless. She had a very big bag and was dressed well enough, but you never know, it could be homeless. But she was white. So then she yelled that she hated white people, and especially she hated white cops. That she was racist against white cops, and that white people were racist, and she hated white people. And that she had a gun. These are not things you want to be yelling in an airport. She was arrested and put into an involuntary mental hold. I have no idea what happened to her after that, but let's hope she found the help she needs. She is from California. She just was trying to get back home. My guess is she probably would be welcomed back with open arms once she gets back to whatever city she came from in California. But yeah, that stuff does not fly in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Sorry, lady. Chrono says, no offense to the peeps that live there. Yeah, no offense, but your state is nuts. Not all of you are, but many of you are. And it is a beautiful state. Not through the people, just natural geography. I guess you guys do water the grass in around San Diego, so for that we should thank you. Vixen says this is what causes all the forest fires there. Derek says the SJW ladies. Vixen says nature is raging against the singing. Oh, my singing causes the forest fires? That's not a bad skill. What's your superpower? When I sing, forests catch fire. I could go for that. You could burn down the rainforest by singing a few songs. Anti-Trekker walked into the room and heard Joe singing a duet with Joe. Oh, you got very lucky on that one, Anti-Trekker. Yes, I came back in at the end to duet with myself. The only one worthy of duetting with. I assume duetting is a word. Cleanse it with fire. Vixen says laughing at Mr. Miles. Laughing with Mr. Miles. She's probably laughing at me, but laughing with Mr. Miles. Kronos, I rage against the machine. That is SJW. Derek laughing. Kronos, welcome back. Anti-Trekker. Mr. Miles says Tuvok lied plenty, so yes, they can lie. Thomas Potts says Vulcans can lie if they are ordered to. Oh, that's also true. But they can also lie even if they're not ordered to. They can lie if it seems logical to lie. Kronos, Mr. Miles, to Mr. Miles, no worries. We're all misblather. We all misblather from time to time. Anti-Trekker says Vulcans can and will lie if it's logical to do so. Exactly what I just said, you see? Again, we're on the same wavelength here, people. Vixen agrees to Mr. Poop emoji. Kronos asks what is a poop because he asks what everything is. Vixen says you didn't shout Jaloja. Oh, I shouted it, Vixen. I had the microphone muted. People can attest in the neighborhood. I shouted it. And Anti-Trekker is leaving again. Not likely for the rest of the stream. Most likely for the rest of the stream. So take care all. Qapla. Anti-Trekker. Vixen of Vavavoom says bye, Mr. Turd emoji, lol. Kronos says I hate white people too, just because of the color, just the attitude. Mr. Miles says to me, Redneck and I both live in California. Do you think that type of mentality is the norm over here? The norm? Yes. Yes, I do. Not totally, but based on the people elected, I would have to say the majority. And I would have to say the same for New York. New York isn't much better. In fact, in some ways it's worse. So don't be insulted. I mean, I live in New York, but yes, most of New York, a large portion of New York would have that toxic mentality. Nerdrotic is also in Cali. Well, California is a big, big state. It has a lot of people. There are bound to be a few hundred good ones. And they all happen to have YouTube channels and are subscribers to or subscribers of me and Anti-Trekker. So, it makes sense. Chrono says, Mr. Miles, to Mr. Miles, sorry to hear that, but I live in New York, so it's kind of 50-50. Exactly. Derek McManus says, my ex-wife joined the police. Was she your ex-wife before she joined the police or after she joined the police? Not that it really matters, but Vixen says that's why he's nerdrotic. Kronos says, is that a good thing? Derek, not sure, Kronos, but she's not allowed to arrest me. Fact. Oh, well, that's good. Uh-oh, he's catching up. Don't kill me with the comments, okay? Vixen says, I'm laughing with you. Mostly. It's okay, Vixen. I'm a big boy. I know. Derek, can her friends arrest you? That's the real question. She wouldn't arrest you. She'd have another cop friend do it. Then they would take you down to the jail cell. They'd turn off the camera. They'd all look the other way. And she'd come down with the taser and just taser you through the bars over and over again. And days later, when you wake up with welts all over your body, and it'd be like, I was tasered by my ex-wife. They would tell you you're crazy. She hasn't even been in work for the last 3 days. And that you came into jail, you already had those welts. And that you pushed a police officer. And you're going to prison for the rest of your life. Unless you're going to sign a paper turning over everything you own to your ex-wife. That's how it's going to go down. Apparently it has to be a sergeant. Otherwise it's not imperial, apparently. And Mr. Miles is deleting a comment. John deleted a comment. Vixen is laughing. And then it hurts when he pees. Oh yeah. It's going to hurt a lot when you pee. Try not to pee. Don't drink a lot of water. You're going to need some time to heal up, man. Derek says, no longer my wife. Have used her pistol, though. Mr. Miles says he didn't delete a comment. You retracted a comment. Retracted your own, so you deleted your own comment. I said, oh, you said message retracted. Well, Mr. Miles, how am I supposed to know? Comment. I didn't retract anything. I understand what you're saying now, Mr. Miles. You typed out message retracted. I getcha. You got me. That is the kind of behavior I expect from someone who does not hold a wrench. But fair is fair. You got me. I got you good. Wrench me. You are wrenched. I could unwrench you and re-wrench you, but it would be a lot of work for both of us. Let's see, what do I have? Do I have something interesting? Oh, Anti-Trekker is already gone. I did have something interesting I wanted to show. I was looking back because yesterday I did that big stream on Mr. Frank, my ex-boss, and I came across a bunch of old pictures of me at my old job. Well, not just me, but pictures from my old job. And there were two of particular interest I wanted to show. They didn't really have anything to do with Mr. Frank, so I didn't show them yesterday. But I might as well show them today. I will just take me a second to get to them. It's pictures directory, then the picture directory. What happened to picture? That is like my biggest directory ever. What's going on here? That is not good. This PC, pictures, I'm having a bit of an issue here. Okay, before I go crazy, let's go through it through the correct way. I'm about to freak out here, guys. What the hell happened? Okay. I don't know where it is, but the search found it. So we'll figure that out later. The picture directory, and then to my work directory. And then there were a couple of photos. Okay. This is photo 1. And photo 2. No. Bear with me one more minute. There we go. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. So, yeah. This was me. I think it was of 2008. So not all that long before I got sick. That was me. Granted, I was sitting down, but yes, that was when I could walk. I was in my office, as you could see. I kept it impeccably clean. And I don't know who took the picture. I don't know what I was doing, but maybe testing out a camera. So that was me circa 2008. I was probably 29 or 30 years old. And yeah, that's still what I think I look like. But this is the more interesting picture. This I took, I guess, when I got my computer set up in my office. You can see it's actually cleaner in this direction. I had cleaned off my desk, and you might say that doesn't look very clean. Well, trust me, that was clean. But notice what you see on the top right speaker. Make it a little bigger. Oh, it is a tip cup. Yes, it is a tip cup. And this picture is actually from 2006. Late 2006. So, I had a tip cup at my job. So sorry, Anti-Trekker. I claim the title. I'm reclaiming the title as the original tip jar. I had it long before Acid Designs drew a tip jar for you. Now I gotta go back up to the comments. And we picked up a couple of new people. I don't know. Where did they come from? Derek says, amicable separation. Thank goodness. Oh, good for you, Derek. It would be zero work for me, Mr. Miles. That's what you think. I'd make you work for it if I had to unwrench you and then re-wrench you. Chrono says, wow, when peeps ask you for some, they really have, question mark? Just wow, something. Keep pushing the limit, Miles. Miles says, I want Kronos' wrench. And Kronos says, I want Miles' soul. Oh, he looks like he outbid you, Mr. Miles, although you say good luck. So I take it you're like Bart Simpson in that Simpsons episode where he didn't think his soul exists, so he sold it to Milhouse for $5. Will you sell your soul for $5, Mr. Miles? If you will, I'll buy it. I'll take an extra soul for $5. Vixen says he wants all the wrenches. He won't stop till he has them. Kronos wonders if Miles even has a soul. Chief Engineer Mr. Miles asks, how much does Kronos have? Oh, he's already willing to sell it. He's going to sell it for $200. $200, Mr. Miles. If you don't believe it exists, then you'll take a lot less than $200. You really don't have a lot of bargaining power here. For $200, you have to believe that there might be something to it. That's a significant amount of money. To truly prove to me that you don't think there's a soul, you'll have to be willing to part with it for next to nothing, because anything else would be illogical, right? I mean, if I was going to sell you my sense of dignity that I didn't believe existed, but I said, oh, I want $1,000 for it, well, that means I'm valuing it. But how can I say I don't believe it exists and yet also value it? So if I said I'll sell you my sense of dignity for $1.50, that's much more believable. Vixen says wrench fight in the alley. Kronos says very little to none. So the reason for getting a soul. Derek says need to check my neighbor's place. See you all later. Qapla, Derek, take care. Kronos says, oh, Donbot is angry. Mr. Miles doesn't know who Donbot is. Mr. Miles, I have taken on the persona of the Donbot on the Donbot from Futurama, head of the robot mafia, on Anti-Trekker.com. So I figured why fight it. So yes, I changed my avatar from General Chang, I forget which, to Donbot. Don Juan. No, not Don Juan. Derek says Futurama. I think he's the Donbot. Very good. And Mr. Miles clearly has not checked Anti-Trekker's website yet. Vixen gets it now. Mr. Miles says he glanced at it. Well, well, well. What a glance, huh? Why do you look grumpy in that pic? Vixen, I wasn't grumpy. That's not grumpy me. I was just tired, I think. I put a lot of time and a lot of hours into that job. I mean, a lot. Don't get me wrong. The job was great. There were definitely times I was smiling. I promise. I will find you a happier picture. But that was probably just the end of a long day. And I was just like, I'm ready to go home. Well, I don't think I need to put... Here's the problem. The pictures where I'm smiling, I'm with other people, so I kind of feel weird about putting one other person or two other people's face up. Maybe I can find one where I'm with a lot of people. For some reason it would just I feel like it'd be less in the more people I'm with. Alexa, I didn't say anything.
Sorry, I thought I heard my name.
Well, you didn't.
For having a question, go to the
Oh my God.
section of the Alexa app.
Okay. Here was me with a few other guys. That was, I was younger in that picture. I'd yet to buzz my hair. I'd yet to give up on my hair. You could tell it was retreating quickly, but I still held out hope at that point. This was either 2001 or 2002 in Los Angeles. And those are other staff members of Mr. Frank's. Now, this is an embarrassing one. I was very tired here because, again, I'm on East Coast time, and we are now in California night. Now, the guy with me, he lived in California, so he didn't mind. It was normal time for him. For me, it was even 3 hours later than whatever time it was. And I'm not. I never was a night person. So yeah, it was weighing on me. And there's this one when we were in a limo and we thought we were all big shots driving around LA, which we kind of were, but I have no idea what glasses I'm wearing there or why. I'm going to be honest. I have no idea who that woman is. I forgot her name. I don't know if I ever knew it. Back in the limo, being cool, thinking we're cool. Okay, so this was all 2002. Come on, I need a good picture. Where's a good... Oh, I've got a good picture. Oh, it's under a different folder. Bahamas. Ocean Club. Where is the group picture? I know I have it. I printed it out. Is it not under Ocean Club? Ah, there it is. SCF Cookout. Oh man, am I not in this? I'm in the picture, but it's hard to see. Well, I don't know if you'll even... Wait, is that a better copy? I don't know if you'll be able to see me. But center of the picture, more or less. Tallest person by a fraction of an inch. That is me. This was the big group. There was Mr. Frank, his wife, one of his nurses, another one of his nurses, his writer, his physical therapist, a golfer, a doctor, a graphic artist, a golfer slash miscellaneous staffer, I believe the wife of this golfer, a lawyer, the lawyer's wife, a chef, a nurse, another chef, and friends of Mr. Frank's, husband and wife, and I believe a brother-in-law. Yeah, so that's at Ocean Club in the Bahamas, 2003. That was a great trip. Great trip. Okay, I'm not going to turn this into a... I know how boring it is to just see pictures of other people doing things. Here was the engine room of one of the big boats Mr. Frank had rented. While we were out there, I wanted to take a tour of the engine room because I felt like I was Scotty. And I was like, yeah, of course I want to see the engine room. And this is like engineering on an actual ocean-going vessel. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I like that. Because that's who I wanted to be. That guy. Gave you guys a chance to make more comments. Though if you didn't, I won't be offended. So why do I look so grumpy? I wasn't grumpy. I always either look grumpy or tired or angry, but I'm not. Yes, Kronos, I know Anti-Trekker isn't here to hear that. Handsome fellow. Well, thank you, Derek. There will be an extra $100 in your stipend this month. Vixen says the great tip jar wars of 2019. Yeah, Kronos, I wasn't going to correct you, but I'm glad you corrected yourself. He's a handsome fella. Now I'm afraid you're talking about somebody else. Millhouse is a turd. Necromancy? What? Mr. Miles says, BOP5. Well, I don't believe it's real, but I have to have my honest. I could only sell it once. I have to be my honest. I could only sell it once. So did you already sell it? Thomas Potts says $201 from Mr. Miles Soul. Sold. You bought it, You bought it, Thomas. You got into the bidding, and you bid while I was busy. So man, yes, you got a good deal. You got a soul for $201. I will of course take a 20% fee for negotiating it. You could just send it to me. In fact, send me the full 201, and I'll send the rest off to Mr. Miles, and you'll get your soul. Oh, it went to $203. Thomas is the highest bidder. Don, you and your little door, Thomas. Are we auctioning with pesos? Anthony D. Qapla, Anthony D. Hello. Welcome. Baba Room is eating popcorn. Kronos has increased his bid to 205 gold bars. 205 bars of gold pressed latinum. Anthony D. Miles is on the reefer again. Mr. Miles says, okay guys, what am I supposed to be seeing on AT's site? I've looked and looked. I don't understand what I'm supposed to see. Well, I'm assuming they told you already, Mr. Miles, but if they haven't, look for any post by me, BOP5, and look at the avatar associated with said post. Vixen says, Chrono says, oh, by the way, need the body vacuum desiccated? Desiccated. Vixen says, happy, happy, joy, joy. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Like the song from Ren and Stimpy. Anthony D, we need pics of hot chicks. Well, Anthony D, if that's what you really want, I could probably do it, but I kind of feel weird showing off pictures of real people I actually know. There are some hot chicks in the California Girls video, if I stop it before it gets to California Girls. So, I mean, it's not like there's no shortage of hot chicks in this chat, in this video. Not to mention the ones in the chat. Kronos says this is not a Ren and Stimpy channel. Well, Kronos, I'm not against Ren and Stimpy, you know, especially if you're suffering from the space madness. It's not I who am crazy, it is I who am mad. What was it? The yak? The kilted Canadian talking yaksman or something? Oh, I'm trying to remember. Mr. Horse? Was that something too? Are they the same things? Am I confusing them? Log. It's log, it's log, it's better than big, it's wood. It's log, it's log. I forget how it goes. Anthony D., a young mad lad, guys. Yeah, that's a mafia picture if I ever saw one. Lol. Just because I had on sunglasses, DJ. By the way, welcome, DJ, if I didn't say so. Ooh, handsome. Yeah, well, in those days, maybe a little. I don't think so. DJ Odyssey, hey, music dude. Vixen says Robot Mafia, exactly. Kronos, Anthony D says Ocean 11's type stuff. Vixen says you just need a nap. I need a lot more than a nap, Vixen. Maybe at the time I did. Kronos says don't insult lurkers. I'm one most of the time. Vixen says that was an affectionate comment. Definitely mafia. Kronos says, wow, I need to know people. Yeah, if you know the right people, Kronos, changes your life. No, Vixen, it wasn't that. Gangster life. Yes, that was it. Gangster life. Throwing up gang symbols in Westwood. Staying at the W Hotel. Where I remember the first time I went to the W Hotel in Westwood, which is basically Hollywood. And it's a beautiful hotel, maybe the nicest hotel I had stayed in to date with Mr. Frank and his gang. And it was 2002. And the guy behind the desk, I had to give him my license when I checked in. So he saw I was from New York, and he got so apologetic. He's like, oh my God. I'm going to say he was gay, but this isn't, I don't mean to be insulting to gay people, but you understand gay people, how they sound sometimes. And he's, I'm doing an impression. This is not an impression meant to be negative, just be realistic. He's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm like, well, what happened? What were you sorry about? He's like, the only room we have left is room 911. So I stayed in room 911, and he was so apologetic to me. It was the last room they had open, and he assigned it to a New Yorker that it was going to hit me hard. And, I could see his logic, but it's not a funny thing, but in hindsight, yeah, I find it kind of funny that he was so afraid of assigning that room to somebody from New York. Yeah, it was less than a year since 9/11 happened, so it was definitely still in everyone's mind, but someone play that song from Office Space. Kronos, one day when I get messed up on medications or something, or I just don't care anymore, I will start singing some NWA or something. That's when I don't care anymore. And yeah, you'll hear. I can sing gangster rap just as good as I can sing the Beach Boys or Frank Sinatra. already playing it in my head. I don't know if I'll be able to stop myself now. Where did they bash the printer? In a field, if I remember, Anthony. Where is the pics of the horse heads you leave in the beds of people you don't like? DJ Odyssey, that is a total myth made up by Hollywood. Horses are very expensive. They're quite beautiful animals. Nobody in their right mind would put a horse head in somebody's bed, a goat head, or even just an entire raccoon is much more effective. Even better if it's still alive. So yeah. Horse heads are total Hollywood fiction. So we all want to do that to printer at work. Thomas Potts says miscellaneous is because it's a woman. No, Thomas, it's because, to be completely honest, I think she started as a golfer, and she may have continued to be a golfer, but she wasn't a secretary, but everybody at Mr. Frank's place and his staff kind of had a position, like something they were hired for. The writer, the physical therapist, the engineer, the chefs, and the professional golfers. There was a secretary, a dedicated secretary towards the end. There were lawyers. There was financial people. And that particular person, one of the nicest people you will ever meet. I know she would play golf, but there were a lot of times she didn't play golf, and she stuck around the house. And, she didn't have to do anything. I don't think she technically needed to do anything, but she liked to help. So she would help whoever was around with whatever projects they were working on. So she was a very valued member of the team, but she was kind of a wild card. She could kind of go into any, she didn't have a set thing. Like, there were set people who were chefs. All they did was cook. There were set people who were golfers. All they would do would golf, and when they weren't golfing, they would talk about golf. Occasionally, they'd play cards with Mr. Frank. When the weather was bad, he'd play bridge instead of golf. There were nurses whose jobs were just to take care of Mr. Frank, doctors, and all those things. But that particular person, again, one of the nicest, sweetest people, but she would do a little bit of everything. That's why I called her miscellaneous. In no way meant as an insult, just a reality. Chrono says the DJ, can you please give your radio channel again? This is not proper in YouTube, but I'm going to hell anyway. So, yeah, DJ is free to give the name of his. Now, it's not an actual radio station that you can find on a physical radio dial. It is an internet radio station, so you might be having trouble finding it if you're looking for it that way, Chronos. I saved it, but I don't have it in front of me. So DJ, if you're here, please feel free to give it. Anthony D says, Joe lived large back in the day. Oh, I certainly did, Anthony, and that's why, despite what happened to me at 30 years old, I consider myself one of the luckiest people in the world. The 10 years before I got sick were amazing. I did more than many people do in a lifetime, and I wouldn't change those 10 years I don't say I wouldn't change it for anything, but Very, very little I would change it for. Kronos says, what's a Joe? Kronos, Joe is sometimes what people call me when they don't know I'm called BOP5 or Godfather. Joe had all the nameless babes. Vixen says, I'm really tired but can't sleep. Anything is entertaining to me at this point. Vixen, I don't know if that is a compliment or I should just be like, well, anything can entertain you. I don't need to try. DJ Odyssey sent it to Kronos' Discord. What happened? I lost my place. What is a Joe? Sent it to Discord. Kronos says, Vixen, thanks. Kronos says to DJ Odyssey, he nods. Vixen lols, DJ Odyssey. Though my next show isn't until Sunday afternoon. Here I thought Vixen thought I was handsome, dude, laughing my ass off. Vixen, says DJ Odyssey, more than one man can be handsome. Anthony D says, I'll eventually reveal to Vixen that I'm a hot stud. DJ Odyssey, you better get in there fast, man. You waited on OG Spock Love and you saw what happened. Vixen, Vavavoom, I'm serious. Seriously, I'm only handsome when the lights are out. Oh, to DJ Odyssey tells Vixen he's only handsome when the lights are out. Kronos says, how is gold press latinum made? Any nerds want to help with that? Well, latinum is liquid, so they just put gold around it. Vixen says to Anthony D, does he have any pictures? That's right, I'm the only guy up here who's actually showed pictures of himself as of right now. I'm sure you guys are all pulling out your best Photoshop pictures, trying to woo Vixen. Well, Godspeed to all of you. May the best man win. DJ is basically saying what I did about the latinum. Mr. Miles is finally looking at my avatar on the forum. He still doesn't get it. Mr. Miles, have you ever watched Futurama? And if the answer is no, you better just tell me now. Because if you haven't watched Futurama, you won't get it. If you have watched Futurama, you should understand. Anthony D tells Vixen he can send some. Ooh, is there a budding romance here? DJ Odyssey's looking like he's going to miss out. Kronos, I still don't get your avatar, Mr. Miles. A squatting symbol of the Stargate. Well, it's actually a symbol for Earth, Kronos. Vixen says, Anthony D, is this a trap? It might be, Vixen. Be careful. DJ Odyssey says it's okay. He accepted his fugliness years ago. Vixen tells him he isn't fugly, but has she seen a picture? I don't know. I've seen a picture, but I don't judge other men on their attractiveness, so it just doesn't matter. But there are fugly people, so how you can make that broad statement, I don't know. I don't know. Kronos says, oh crap, the boss is catching up. More comments, people. God. Vixen never trick anyone, or do I? Oh, Anthony says, to Vixen. He never tricks anyone. Or does he? DJ Odyssey, but it's fun to let him almost catch up and send a flurry of comments. Anti-Trekker, would you agree? You, sir, Anti-Trekker. Anti-Trekker left, Kronos. Vixen spells out comment. Great. One letter at a time per line. DJ Odyssey says, please read my next comment. Kronos says, is that spamming? Then DJ Odyssey says, please read my last comment. DJ Odyssey, we've been through this. I got stuck in that logic loop once. I've, like the Borg, I have adapted. You will not break me this time. I will move on. DJ, that will keep him busy for a while. Kronos, we are trolls here. To Kronos. Anthony, to Kronos, we are trolls here. Vavavoom, flamboyant. Yeah, I suppose that was the word I'm looking for. DJ Odyssey, I'm going to do a video later that will trigger some of the people that watch mine. Are you going to cook an actual rabbit, DJ Odyssey? Because I'll be honest, that would trigger me. Anthony D says NWA is old school. Mr. Miles says drop some Eminem. I used to listen to Eminem all the time. I used to love some Eminem CDs. Will the real Slim Shady please stand up? Please stand up, please. I don't even remember the songs. There were some I really liked. Of course, there was some NWA I really liked. But, I mean, at least 2 words I can't say on the stream. One would probably get me banned, and the other would probably get me killed. Straight out of Compton. F the police. I don't even know if, even if I skipped the bad words, it wouldn't make sense. I'm a young blank. Not the other color. So police think they have the power to kill the minority. Yeah, I wouldn't feel safe trying to sing that. I would say a bad word. I would say a bad word in there, and it's a shame. It's a shame the world we live in. Can't even sing a song for fear of major offense, when really it's nothing but a tribute. By all means, it's a tribute to the people who came up with it. It was a great song, even if I technically don't necessarily agree with the message. The song was very good, and the people who sang it were quite talented. DJ Odyssey says, no, Bird will change the lyrics of New York, New York. Start spreading the lewdness. I'm medicated today. Commander Ironwolf, okay, I'm back. I finished watching the Orville. Oh, great, Commander Ironwolf. So, spoiler time. Alara gave Captain Mercer, well, I'm not going to say it in case somebody else has joined. But I called that gift. As soon as she walked in holding that box, I knew exactly what was in there. I hope everyone here did too. Because that was a pretty easy one to guess. And I was totally shocked at who Dr. Flox's character turned out to be. I thought they were going to become the best of friends. It would have made so much sense. But man, did they pull a fast one on us with that. And oh, the pain in Captain Mercer's face when his bones were being crushed by the gravity. That was some painful stuff to watch. DJ Odyssey. So C. Bird just admitted it was a myth, so he is mafia. No, I didn't admit it was mafia. I just said it was a myth. The whole thing could be a myth. You understand that much, right? Just need to adjust myself in the chair a minute. Not the most flattering look, so let me keep going with that on for a second. Thomas Potts says taking pics of the horses' heads would be evidence. Anthony D says Bird of Prey 5 looks like he's phasing in and out of the space-time continuum. Anthony D, this is actually the Bird of Prey 5 hologram. The real Bird of Prey 5 is too busy working on the Anti-Trekker website to do a live stream. So he programmed me with all of his knowledge to do the live stream in his place. He will probably never be able to do a live stream again. But don't worry. I have all of his knowledge. I can sing just as good as he can. Maybe even a little better. You're in good hands with the Bird of Prey 5 hologram. Baba Room, so you just put rat heads. Well, Vixen, I would imagine, I don't want to say we've tried that, but the reality is, especially with some of these people who have layers and layers of fine bedding, we were finding that a rat head in the bed actually went unnoticed until the cleaning lady took the sheets to wash, and then she got freaked out, but they never thought that the head actually came from the bed. So it was really after 3 or 4 dozen times we decided let's go with raccoons instead of rat heads. And if you hit them good with like a stun gun, a taser, you'll knock them out cold for like 10 good minutes, just enough time to get them in place and leave. And then they come around and they're very angry when they wake up. So yeah, mission accomplished. And no animals had to die until until whoever wakes up gets their gun and shoots the raccoon in their bed. But it wasn't us who killed the raccoon, so we have a clean conscience. And we're able to get that certification that no animals were hurt, so it's a good tax credit. Hold on. The Mafia cloaking device. Yes, the Mafia is working on cloaking. Excuse me. There is no such thing as the Mafia, is what I mean. I had a brain lapse there with the phone call coming in. Forget what I said about the Mafia. There's no such thing as the Mafia. There are cloaking devices, but this is actually hologram technology. The latest in hologram technology came back from when the Borg went back into the past, and an ill-fated South Antarctic expedition came back with a small piece of Borg technology that happened to be a holographic emitter, and we kind of reverse engineered it here. We're pretty sure we won't get assimilated, but if we do, you ever see me as a Borg, try to get off the planet as soon as possible. It's very likely the Borg are on their way, and Earth is doomed. Earth is doomed. Vixen is laughing. Chrono says horse heads are tasty. Yum, yum. Ew, ew. Vixen is gonna be right back. She's gonna jaloja. Women don't jaloja. DJ Odyssey says fish heads, fish head. Roly poly, fish heads, fish heads. Eat them up, yum. Oh, that is nasty. Anthony D is also taking a potty break. Are Anthony and Vixen in the bathroom together? Oh, wow. I lost the comments. Oh my God, look at how many comments there are. God damn you people. How many freaking comments did you guys make? Chrono says, that is the first time anyone used the term jaloja. Take a break. Wow, I'm standing here besides myself. Mr. Miles says, everyone is leaving to pee. DJ Odyssey says, he's not leaving. Vixen and Anthony did anyways. Golden showers, maybe? Chronos asks, what is a pee? Mr. Miles answers him for some reason. DJ Odyssey says a pee is when you release liquid out of your lower regions. DJ Odyssey says Joe is also a cup of coffee. Chrono says Joe is the godfather. And Vixen is back from her jaloja. Cup of Joe. Mr. Miles asks if everything came out okay. Chrono says he's glad I graduated nursery school. Vixen says to me, lol, that was just a tired comment. You are entertaining. Oh, thank you, Vixen. I appreciate it. Because I know the things that women look for most in a man is their ability to be entertaining and not their ability to protect them, hold down a job, have a six-pack of abs, be able to satisfy them in ways, or walk. I know those are not important. The most important thing is being entertaining. So yeah, thank you. DJ says he's given up on women and he's not going for men. So animals, DJ? I don't know. I mean, if that's what you got to go for, I'm not going to judge. I mean, if we eat the animals, why? Who's to say? Who's to say that's worse, right? I will fight for your right, DJ. but just ugly animals, not cute animals. Mr. Miles says, what vixen is female? Oh my God, guys, what do I do? I know, Mr. Miles, if it's a woman around, you can't walk around naked. At least you shouldn't. Of course, you shouldn't be walking around naked anyway. But just try to keep it. Just pretend she's a guy, and you'll be fine. Yes. Would you like me to pick up the phone?
She wants to know if you'd like to take a live call. You can
Sure.
put her on speaker.
Okay, guys, we're taking a live phone call from my sister. Hello?
Hi there.
Hi, you're live on the BOP5 show.
Awesome. How many listeners do you have right now?
12.
Nice.
Yeah, not bad. This is my
I had a
sister.
matter I wanted to discuss with you.
Okay.
And it's not private. It's interesting. And we can leave certain details out, so I figured I'd just go for it on the show. How's that?
Sounds good to me.
So as you know, I was up in Buffalo this weekend. Lovely.
Yes.
Outside of Buffalo. Rural niceness. And it was very pretty. And it got me thinking about the upstate property, you know.
Right.
And I had a nice time. I took a lot of pictures.
I saw those pictures. Beautiful pictures.
Did you like them?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a beautiful Diva Hollow Conference Center, beautiful area. So I needed a ride to the airport. This is how this started. And everyone's like, well, Brendan can take you because they only do shuttles on Saturday and Sunday, and if no one reserves the shuttle 3 days in advance, then there is no shuttle. So if I couldn't find my own car service person, then that was it. I had to wait till Sunday to get back to the airport.
Mm-hmm.
So last time I was there, I called all around town, and people were busy, like they do this part-time, you know? So one of them does Uber or, you know, whatever. So I get in touch with him. Turns out we start talking. He's a very nice person. You know, he lives up there. It's different than the city. We know this. We're from the city. You know me. But, you know, he's into hunting and into IT, oddly. So he's part-time IT, part-time driving, and he's big on hunting and stuff. And it was an interesting conversation. So I mentioned the family has some property in upstate New York, and it's a shame. So much land. We don't do anything with it. Blah, blah, blah. One thing goes into another, and we have this conversation. He said, did you ever think about doing a hunting lease? He's like, I'm not sure if you'd be able to, but, you know, there are people, they like to, it's a normal thing with that much acreage. 4 or 5 guys go in on it and pay you, I don't know, he threw some numbers around to be able to hunt the property. I was like, I find that interesting. I'd like to know more. So this was an hour drive to the airport.
Yeah.
At the end of the drive, he offered to go assess the area if we wouldn't mind him poking around for a few days, and to also do some drone footage for us, and, you know, give us his opinion on if he thinks that's an option and if he knows anyone who's interested.
I would love some drone footage. You know that.
I knew you would. That's what I was thinking. So I asked Barb her opinion, just because, you know, she's local and I'm curious. Here's the one thing, and I'm trying not to be uneasy with it, but, you know, whatever. He wants to assess it to see if there's hunting. He asked if it would be okay, you know, if he did some hunting while he was there. Certainly that's happened before. I don't seem to care. He said he'd provide anything that makes us comfortable. I don't know, a release, whatever, right? So I'm okay with all that, and normally I don't think that's a big deal. But it just happens to be that the only season left is coyote hunting.
Coyotes are kind of close to dogs.
That's what I feel like, and we had this conversation. Now, when I ran into them in the woods in Buffalo, they scared the shit out of me. And the story he told me before he even knew about the property, like he wasn't trying to get somewhere, was about how the coyotes, like he only hunts them when they become a nuisance in his area because they've been killing people's dogs. They go and lure them out. Like a female coyote in heat will lure a dog away from their home, and then they eat the dog.
Nah,
Or they just kill it.
Sassy's not
And-
happy.
What, Sassy doesn't like that, right? That's what I'm saying. So, you know me, I love all animals. I wish they could all just get along and multiply forever. I understand the world needs balance. So what I asked Barb was, hey, is there a coyote problem? Because I definitely wouldn't want to, I mean, I know it's hunting season, so such is, you know, it's set to keep balance, but, you know, like, if there's a problem, you know. So her honest answer was, not really right now, but they definitely do go through your property sometime. And we were mid-conversation and it kind of stopped. So I'm just kind of waiting for more input from her on what she thinks. Of course, I want to know what you think, so I figured, let's put it out there. What does everybody think?
Okay, well, I got to get through a few more comments before I get to where people will start commenting about this. But
understand.
reality, I don't think that there's a coyote problem on the property. Further, if the hunting record of Daddy and his friends over, 20-something years is any record, there is not very good hunting on the property.
Well, let them assess it. Here's my opinion. I don't mean to be an ass, but those guys weren't hunters. I guess the guys from Brooklyn who went into the woods with some guns and played cards and, you know,
Some
sat
were
out
more
behind the
serious.
house for a few hours.
Some were more serious than others. But I understand. Yes, no, they certainly weren't all hunters. Most of them were going to drink beer and play cards. Yes, that's true. But there were a few serious ones who would sit up in trees all days waiting for the right animal to come along. And the reality is, as deer hunting goes, that area of the Adirondacks has a lot less deer than, say, the Catskills or other places in New York for whatever reason.
Why is that? Is that like why? How did you come upon that information?
Just from being there, from seeing how easy it is to find deers in other places, like when people go up to Pennsylvania or other places. I mean, the deers are literally coming to their, like when we were in Yosemite, they were coming up to the houses. They don't do that. I mean, upstate, if you see one cross the road, what did we see? 10 in 10 years, cross a road.
Usually, I see them on the side of the road sometimes on the property. I've seen them a couple of times. I ran into one on my way to the water hole one day. I was surprised.
But I understand the only ones you can
I'm
shoot.
not saying there's hundreds. Like, I don't know what a hunter's standard is. You know, I don't know what's good for them and what isn't.
The only ones you can shoot are the males, which are the bucks, which have antlers. So if they don't have antlers, you can't shoot them. You can't hunt them. But I'm not against this guy doing an evaluation. Is he aware of the situation of the house? That it's not...
Yeah, so what he said was to do the drone footage. Like, he was like, look, if I stay, I have no problem. I didn't say he could or couldn't, like, use the house, but that didn't come up. He said, I'm happy to sleep in my car, but to do the drone, I would need some power at some point. So I didn't overspeak because I hadn't spoken to anyone, to be like, so do we care if he just goes in or not? I can't imagine it matters. No one's doing shit, but,
I would say, personally, I'm fine with him hunting the land, but we could send him a map. For safety's sake, I think he'd be better if he hunted the mountain only. I mean, that's 200 of the 300 acres anyway. Behind the house, there's not a hell of a lot of land to hunt. And I mean, you got state highway on one side and roads and houses on the other. So, I mean, you got...
He's, and of course, I definitely think it makes a lot of sense to cover that with him. He also sent me some screenshots. He has some sort of app of property information.
Right.
And it's pretty interesting. It has all the lots and everything on it. It was,
okay.
We made us want to get this app. But, yeah.
Well, yeah, because the mountain is great, because it's 200 acres plus state land bordering it. So even if he had to chase a deer off the land, he could still take it. So that's the place to hunt. That's the hunting place. The property behind the house, less so. But it is the property around the house that I'd really like the drone footage of. Yeah, I'm all for it, to be honest.
Good. Yeah, I don't he just wants to possibly go check it out. I mean, he's living up there. It's a 4-hour drive, which for him is a lot, but he seemed, excited about just something new. He seems to just really like nature and hunting and scoping stuff out. So I feel like there's nothing to lose for him. It's a fun, exciting weekend to look at it. We get some drone footage, and if he has any opinion on if there's any value, for hunting leases or whatever the hell they're called, or if he knows anyone, has any connections later on, great. If not, whatever. We made a friend and got some drone footage. Yeah. And, the people at the resort knew him. Like, he had come up a few times. He's friends with, I've been there 3 times now. Like, they know him. He's not some, someone. So, all right, cool. Well, I mean, I could have waited to the end of your show, but I figured, why not?
Yeah, why not? We got an extra listener while you were talking, so.
See? So some interesting stuff going on.
I guess
and what is it? So, Barb, I don't know if she's trying to mind her business or she's just busy at the moment. Because I asked her about if there was a coyote problem, and then I said, well, this is why I asked, and I explained the situation briefly. And she hasn't said anything back yet. She could probably know she's driving,
Right.
So I'll give that a few minutes. I am curious to see, her thoughts. I mean, I don't really think it hurts to have it checked out and get some drone footage, so. All right. Well, that was all. That's all my interesting stuff.
Okay.
Other than, it was beautiful up there. Lots of snow. Just kept snowing.
Nice.
We did snowshoeing yesterday, which was new for me. I've never done that. There really wasn't enough snow, so I basically just got familiar with the concept of it, but didn't get the full experience.
That's cool. Overall, if you had to give it a grade, A through F?
The trip?
Yeah.
Well, I made it fun, so I'm going to give it an A, maybe B+, right?
Okay.
But for the fitness retreat, I wasn't really into it. I didn't really want to go for that, and I was a little resentful that, not resentful, but basically I did a buy one, get one free. So my free week was going to expire if I didn't go. And I said, I'm not really in the headspace to go do 5 workout classes a day, and I don't want to. But I might as well just go up there, eat some healthy food, and enjoy the grounds, So when we got there, they said the hiking trails are all closed because it's hunting. And I think this is an ongoing thing with them. Every time I go there, the hiking trails are closed, and it's a new reason every time.
Yeah, they were under construction, and it was raining, and then it was hunting.
This was the first time. It's too icy. Then it was construction, even though the construction was only at the end of the trail. So then they decided, oh, you know what, hunting season is over, it's okay. The trails are open, but we're only going to go out on the blue trail when we snowshoe. So we went out on the trail once, so it was fine. It was started to snow so much anyway that, whatever. If everyone had been going, I would have been happy to just, suck it up and go. but I wasn't going to go out on my own again.
Now we're up to
In the-
14 listeners.
What?
Now we're up to 14 listeners. I should just let you do the show.
Well, I mean, I do interesting things, you know? No, so it was, for your listeners, where I was at a place called Beaver Hollow Conference Center up in Java Center, New York. And it's a program, they licensed the name from the Biggest Loser resort. So they call it BLR, Biggest Loser Niagara, and it's a fitness retreat. And if you follow the program, it's a 7-day program, although there's 2 days of rest, so it's really just 5 days in a row of, you know, quite a few workout classes a day and some healthy eating. I've gone a few times. The program's interesting. I don't think they use the property in the way that they could. It's a beautiful property, and it's a shame. They also have very nice gym facilities and a huge aqua center, this huge pool and a hot tub, you know, all indoors, very new. So it's a good setup, but I think they keep us all inside a little too much to make it enjoyable. And when you look at the schedule, it says that there's a fair amount of outdoor activities, but they often get canceled for the, you know, slightest reason. So for me, that's a little disappointing. So when I went up this time, I said, if I do one fitness class a day, I'm good. I was getting over some fatigue that came with this virus, which was terrible, so I didn't mind. So I'll just eat right. So, you know, from Monday to Thursday, I didn't want to even stay the whole time. On Monday to Thursday, I stuck with the eating. But Thursday night, one of the women, you know, it's all about wellness. So it's not just eating and working out, you know, find your, whatever, your inner peace. One girl said she doesn't have enough fun. She wanted to have more fun. So we went out to the local bar, which was very interesting. We had a few drinks. We came back. Now, again, we're not eating a lot, so just a few drinks was enough. And we were tipsy. And there was a bonfire going on outside because a teachers union was there doing some sort of workshop and holiday thing just for like one overnight, like a 2-day, 1-night kind of getaway.
Yeah.
So they had deserted their bonfire, and it was right next to the main lodge. I have some pictures of the bonfire that I didn't put up yet. So we went over to it and hung out, you know, very close to it because it was very cold and snowing, and had fun with that. But now, again, we haven't eaten in 4 days more very well. They had s'mores for them, and they had left all the s'mores material out. And here I am, slightly tipsy and definitely hungry. So I stole their s'mores, and I made one. And then I went inside and proceeded to tell them that that's what I did. And they laughed their asses off, and then we started doing shots. And it was a great evening. Nice people. Don't remember their names. No.
Isn't it always funny that the best evenings, you don't remember their names? I said, isn't it always funny that the best evenings, you don't remember their names?
No, you just remember their spirit. I remember their faces. You know, I could run into them again. They were funny. I remember the funny one and the, you know, the dirty one.
Yeah, the dirty one.
Yeah, perverted dirty. I'm sitting there with him. He was like, oh, I saw your ass. That's why I called you over here. I was like, I see. And then he left, which was good. But, you know, nice enough. And, the Wounded Warriors were there before that. They were a nice group. They tend to keep to themselves. You know, so... But they were playing shuffleboard one night, and we went over and just, you know, had a nice conversation. Nice group. A couple of them were from New York, or at least one of them was from New York. And, yeah, so I kind of just made it into, it almost felt like a long weekend getaway rather than mainly a fitness retreat because I wasn't feeling it.
Well,
And the snow was so pretty. It was just enough snow to be pretty.
sounds like you had a good time.
Indeed.
Would you like to shout out your Twitter or your LinkedIn or your YouTube or anything?
I don't have a YouTube. I think I'm Diana Dibby on Twitter and or Instagram or something like that. Do you know?
I don't know offhand, no.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll go on Instagram and I'll put up some pictures. I put them all on Facebook. But I'll put up some pictures of the bonfire that I talked about and, just some of the cuter pictures of the lake at Beaver Hollow Conference Center. And then I think I'm Diana with 2 N's, by the way.
Yeah, 2
Diana's
N's.
going to be on Instagram. Yeah.
Now, is that Diana, the letter D, the letter B, or D-I-B-I?
Oh, D-I-B-I. Yeah, like Jimmy. D-I-B-I. Yep.
So Diana,
D-I-A-N-N-A-D-I-B-I.
D-I-A-N-N-A-D-I-B-I at Instagram.
Fact check while I'm saying it. I do have my phone in my hand. I can just look at my Instagram. Instagram. I don't know, where do I see my name? Home? Profile? Yeah. Diana Dibbin. D-I-A-N-N-A-D-I-B-I. That is me. And as of now, my last picture is of that cake that I brought over there. That's Mrs. Translations cake.
Are there any pictures of me on your Instagram? Because, I mean, that's what these people want to see.
Nope.
Good.
A lot of food. My Instagram, because I usually put things on Facebook, honestly, doesn't have much. There's pictures of places and food mostly.
That's fine.
And no pictures of you.
The pictures of Sassy.
I've got the blue light phenomenon.
Sassy is wondering,
I've been.
are there pictures of Sassy?
No.
Oh my
They
God,
don't use
Sassy.
Instagram or Twitter much.
I'm sorry,
They need
Sassy. I'm
to
sorry.
share photos differently. They need to join 2019, the new year.
Okay. Well, thank you for calling in. Glad you had a good time.
Yeah, well, wait, before you cut me loose, Barb just wrote back. I mean, this makes sense. She said Greg has a drone, too, and he says that the tree cover is hard, if not impossible, to see signs of coyotes and deer. To get the best idea, one would have to walk the property. So, she doesn't really know. That's interesting, and the guy seems willing to do that, so.
Yeah, it didn't look like he was going to use the... Didn't sound like he was using the drones to check for coyotes. He was just... That seemed like a separate... Yeah.
That was just like a bonus, just let me scope it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, cool. Glad she wrote back. I'll talk to you later.
Whoa, wait a minute. Hold, wait. This is interesting. This is an interesting answer. This information I didn't know. Greg also says that if you hang rancid meat in the trees, they will come for miles to get it. A coyote pelt goes for around $50 at most, depending on their coat, which depends on the time of year. Yeah, I don't think that guy's looking to necessarily, sell coyote pelts. When he explained, I guess I need to catch Barb up. When he explained to me how he hunted, he said he hunts mostly for meat or to,
I don't think people...
He's not really a big...
I think
it was just that it happened to be coyote season, deer season's over.
I don't think people eat coyote.
No, he says he does, so in general. So let's back up. If this happens to be coyote season, he's not like a coyote hunter,
Yeah.
Deer season's over, I think. So
It's rabbit season.
that's why coyotes came up at all. But what he says is he knows how to hunt them. He does it when they become a nuisance, in his area, if they're killing dogs, he goes coyote hunting. So, he said, coyotes and raccoons if they're eating chickens. And then he hunts deer and eats the deer. And he actually didn't mention doing anything with the pelt. He didn't mention anything to do with the pelts of the coyote. He mentioned a couple of times he had sold some raccoon pelts because people wanted to make hats out of them or something, but I don't think he's looking to profit off the coyotes. But that is an interesting thing. I didn't know any of that, to be honest. And we'll have to make sure we don't hang rancid meat.
Yeah,
You know.
well, we went
Accidentally.
30 years plus without
Wow.
hanging
She sent me the trackingtoday.com through Pelt Price's website. Just things you don't know.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to turn into coyote trappers, so.
No, like that's definitely not what I would want. You know what I mean? If there's a nuisance problem or something, or, you know, to make this one trip worthwhile and then figure it out later. But I don't think we're looking to, like, profit off it. I think these are people who just want to come and shoot some deer, you know? But interesting stuff. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to get back to her. And
Talk to you later. Or tomorrow
Okay.
or something.
bye, everybody.
Take
Bye,
care.
Sassy girl. Bye, my baby. Okay. Bye.
Bye. Man, you guys had a lot of time to write out those comments. Something I saw, I think, where I ended was Vixen of Vavavoom tells Kronos that Harvey Cthulhu named her that. Named by Harvey himself. Very, very impressive. Mr. Miles says, Vixen, will you have my babies? Mr. Miles, you're not supposed to ask women like that. It's much too direct. Especially if you don't send a picture first. DJ Odyssey tells me, Psst, Vixen is OG Spock, lol. Is that true, Vixen? Are you OG Spock, love? And I thought we had two women that just were never in the room at the same time. Oh well. Still love you, you know, as a channel watcher, subscriber, fan, friend thing, not in the creepy will you have my babies way, Mr. Miles. Mr. Miles says he watched a lot of Futurama, but it was never his thing. Wow, Mr. Miles. You know what? It's a good thing I honor my word, because that is pretty close to the type of wording that would lose somebody their wrench. DJ Odyssey, she has seen me in the bunny outfit. Mr. Miles says, sorry, Vixen, I don't assume gender because I'm the most woke ever woked. Kronos says, what is a bunny outfit? Kronos, you're killing me with these questions, Kronos. Vixen says, I have seen him in the bunny outfit. DJ Ozzy says, some imaginary thing Anti made up. Vixen to Mr. Miles, no, I don't want babies. Okay, well, you got a direct answer. Mr. Miles says, where did I go wrong? Oh, so far back, Mr. Miles. So far back. Kronos says, DJ Odyssey, I know many peeps. Okay, I'm skipping. Got to drastic measures here, people. We're talking about bunny outfits. We're talking about Anti-Trekker, photoshopped bunnies all over the place. Asked if Kronos is a chocolate bunny. DJ Ozzy says you could see a bad word right now if you want enough. YouTube, pay right now. Saying chocolate is a racist word? No. Everything is racist now. Yes, that's racist. I'm not so PC. I don't care. To hell with everyone else. I didn't, to be honest. That's double racist. That's triple racist. A jar of pickles. There, you wussies. I spoiled you. Thank you, Vixen. They deserve the spoilers. The spoilage. DJ Odyssey, is it racist for me not to have a wrench, but not complaining, lol? Vixen said, poor Ed, Captain Mercer. DJ Odyssey, but only one in the Mafia would know it was a myth. Vacuum time? No, Kronos. It wasn't vacuum time. It was literally just adjusting myself over and then having to fix my shirt and the bed sheet, and I feel like I have to do it all over again because of that, I don't know, 30-minute conversation from my sister. I use conversation lightly. It was mostly one way. Anthony D is back. Welcome back, Anthony D. Readjust, stop. Kronos, I already explained what Joe is. I'm Joe. Yeah, it was a long break. I wonder if he got lost. Vixen, he will go blind and grow hair on his palms. Oh boy. Mr. Miles, Anthony says he also ate a honey bun. Is honey bun code for something, Anthony? DJ Odyssey says the hair on his palms is a myth. Some peeps don't grow hair, so I call it shenanigans. Thanks for clarifying. Look at Foley. He can't grow hair below his neck. Is Foley secretly a woman? Someone is calling Bird of Prey. Sounds like a hit has been ordered. No, it wasn't a hit. And this time you have the voice evidence to prove it wasn't a hit. Don't talk about cloaking devices in the Mafia. Okay, who let the Klingon on the bridge? Joe is now Palpatine? No, I'm not Palpatine. I don't even like, I like Star Wars, but I don't love Star Wars. It is a distant third to Star Trek and Stargate. And if you put the Orville in there, it's a distant fourth. Mr. Miles says, we all get naked during Anti-Trekker streams. Not all of us, Mr. Miles, so... DJ Odyssey says he just damned us. Vixen says this is a loud targ. Yeah, sassy. Sassy, you're loud. Though she's a beagle, not a targ. Yeah, we chat at Bird of Prey. Life sucks. Bird of Prey is never going to catch up, says Mr. Miles. Anthony says walking is overrated. DJ says no animals either. Anthony D agreed, what is wrong with being in a bed? Now, after the first few years, the Kronos, it gets a little boring. Hey, we kill animals every day, so really much worse to do that thing to them. Yeah, it probably is. Vixen says being on the bed is the best. Mr. Miles, everyone stay away from DJ. John says you're not naked if your socks are on. Vixen, I can't walk around naked, ? That's it, I'm leaving. Kronos, oh crap, another hit. DJ says, oh, your sister, the one that broke my heart. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, DJ. She is not a fan of science fiction fans. That was a cold rejection. Vixen says, hello, Joe's sister. I'm sorry I never got to tell her. What's up, sister of prey? Anthony D says, your sister sounds hot. Anthony D, she already rejected DJ Odyssey without seeing his picture, based solely on the fact that he watches Anti-Trekker's stream and is therefore into Star Trek or Star Wars, and therefore not someone she wants to pursue romantically. Mr. Miles says, oh my God, it's his sister, another woman. What do I do again? It's okay, Mr. Miles, you're not going to get close to her. DJ Odyssey says she's damn cute too. Chrono says, damn my manners, hello to your sister. And DJ Odyssey again says, and broke my heart. Vixen says, take off all your clothes to Mr. Miles. Uh-oh. Mr. Miles says, what clothes? Vixen says, do you want me to get her? To DJ Odyssey. Uh-oh. This is Vixen preparing to make a move on my sister. Chrono says, no, nerds don't wear clothes. No, we wear costumes. Or uniforms, depending on how serious we are about it. Oh my God, I'm so far back. So far back in the comments. How could I be this far back? Oh no, this is awful. This is awful back. Oh my God, there's more comments I haven't read than I've read yet in the entire chat. Oh no. Oh my God. I don't know how we're gonna do this, guys. Chrono says, damn my manners, say hello to your sister, DJ Odyssey, and she broke my heart. Anthony D says, comment I skipped before. Okay, I read these already. Chrono says to Vixen, what's your excuse? Vixen says, oh, she might break me. DJ Odyssey, I only put clothes on if I'm going to do a live stream. Kind of similar to me, DJ Odyssey. Vixen says, I get overheated easily. Anthony D says, as Lord Vader would say, sister. Mr. Miles says, no, Vixen, don't listen to DJ. You should take her on in a pudding wrestling match. Vixen says his sister is a normie. Mr. Miles says, or Jello. John says, I am from Syracuse. Never turn your back on a Buffalonian. DJ Odyssey says, win or lose, I'll take a pudding off your Vixen. Anthony says, lol. Vixen says, Mr. Miles, chief engineer, how much money should I charge? Chrono says, do some mafia members have personal cloaking devices? There's no such thing as the mafia, Chronos. Vixen says, bow, chicka, bow, wow. Mr. Miles, do it for the viewers, bird of prey. wabbit hunting. I was trying to get that going, but she didn't hear me. She didn't get it, or she didn't hear me. DJ Odyssey says coyotes are destructive. Well, I'm sure they are. I don't think I've ever seen a coyote up at the property. Shoot the damn rabbit. No, leave the pups alone. Ha, coyotes. Kill them and eat their hearts. Oh, God. Does anyone know about Big Chungus? We need some roadrunners. Hunting coyotes will make them breed more. Run, Sassy, run. Yes. Anthony D., he's a rabbit. She doesn't love all animals, but she does love the bunny, says DJ Honesty. Laughing his ass off. Save the coyotes. Hunting coyotes is the worst way to thin their numbers. Chrono says coyotes are funny when they fall off a cliff. Oh, it's terrible. Some emojis. Vixen says, I have coyotes on my property and they never harm anyone, but you also don't want babies, so maybe that goes hand in hand. Anthony D says, kill them all for the precious. The precious. Kronos, doesn't the mafia have the ability to kill coyotes? Coyotes that take illegals across the border, maybe, if they were to exist, which they don't. The mafia, I mean, coyotes do. DJ Ozzy, but as a hunter of coyotes, they are harder than hell to get. They are very smart. Yes, some are actual geniuses. I've seen their business cards. Vixen says they just howl a lot. So do beagles. There's something to be said for an animal that howls a lot. They're just like any other animal. They want nothing to do with humanity unless they're desperate. Kronos says, are you shaming? Vixen, they must be hunting deer up here. Deers. John says, send them to Syracuse. We had 3 shootings and 2 stabbings a week. Damn my spelling, says Kronos. Anthony D says, Vixen, aren't you a reindeer? I think that was Blixen. Kronos says, Syracuse. A point that the drugs are moved. Arm heavily. John says, drone footage of a sorority would be more fun. I suppose, though the drones are usually quite high. I don't know it would have the detail. And that angle is not ideal. Drugs, same S to me, says Kronos. Totally different Vixen, says Vixen. You're crazy, Anthony D. He might be right about the reindeer. He's news to Anthony. Shania Twain. Turbo mode is on. She looks like a Nintendo 64 character to me. Wait, what? Country music chick? Wait, who is she? A country music chick? I have no idea who you're talking about. Never going to get caught up on this chat. You're probably right. Wow, you've got the most peeps watching with your sister on Bird of Prey. I know. I was up to 14 at one point. I don't know why they were sticking around, hearing about some random fitness camp that apparently my sister turned into a keg party and stole s'mores from the Wounded Warriors or something. Who did she say? She stole, the teachers union. the teachers union was having a bonfire, and they came in and they stole their s'mores and drank a lot. I wonder who the teachers union had to make disappear. I don't know. Talking about maple syrup, obviously that's something Canadian. Interesting things. It causes diabetes. Hello, Darth. Darth Raven. Qapla, welcome, Darth. Chasing deer is what you call your victim's bird, you murderer. No, I don't kill anyone. I never shot a deer. Someone tell me when she hangs up. I muted her, lol. Yeah, DJ Odyssey, it probably took a while. DJ Odyssey, how's my favorite pink DJ? All the guys in chat, hot tub, tell us more. Kronos to Darth Raven, are you a thing? If so, hey. Kronos Junk, I'm tired, but I'm surviving. Skipping some stuff. Seabird got bored and started eating. I actually had to take my pill. I was supposed to take it at 5 o'clock. It got to almost 6 o'clock. I forgot to take it. So that's what you saw me. I took the pill and I needed to eat a little bit of food with it. So I keep a little bag of pretzels near the computer just to take with the pills. So yeah, that was what I was doing. Sorry about that. Listening to normies makes my brain hurt. I'm sorry, Vixen. There are times she has some more interesting things to say. Honestly, had I been caught up with the chat and I could have been asking her questions back and forth, it probably would have been more interesting for all of us. DJ Odyssey says, my 13-year-old cuz called me and asked me, what am I doing? I said to her, murdering our extended family. She said, oh good, get their bank account details before they die. I love her, lol. Wow. Wow. See, now he's trying to get off the phone. I was. Vixen, he's been trying for like 5 minutes, I think. Anthony says he's trying to escape. Vixen says, lol. Is the sister the rejected DJ? Is this the resist? Thomas Potts says, is this the sister that rejected DJ? Yes, it's the only sister I have. And DJ said yes. Darth Raven says, DJ Odyssey, I corrupted her little mind. I'm thinking of on out our 8-year-old cushion. I don't know. Yep. No. Vixen says, poor Joe. Eyes rolled back, yes. No, she's not. Darth makes this channel go. Vixen, Joe is going to read this someday. Yes, Vixen. Someday. Someday at Christmas time. DJ Odyssey says, Joe will get these comments in 2020. Darth says to me, I have pictures of my fur baby on Instagram. I gained 80 followers. Ha 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 ha. Well, good for you, Darth. I don't play the Instagram game. Maybe I should, but I don't. Kronos says, Darth Raven, a mini chew baby. Vixen wants to see. Vixen also says nobody eats coyotes. Darth says to Vixen, want me to drop a link. Yes, obviously people want you to drop a link If you're gonna tell people you got pictures of your dog on Instagram, you're better off just dropping the link. Assume people want to see it. Rabbits are good eating. I'm going to disagree with you, Anthony. Anthony D says he hunts beaver. Oh, I get it. DJ Odyssey says, Joe, just like Star Trek. Just like Star Trek, she will hang up. Vixen Rancid Meat, yeah, that guy's legit. Emergency beam out. Yeah. Kronos, his sister is the hitman or hit woman. Good idea, DJ. Bye-bye. Now I see where the bodies go. Joe's sister hangs them from trees to lure coyotes. Oh boy. Darth says to check out his Instagram to show the class. I'm assuming everybody in this class has already seen your Instagram, but let's see. I don't want to fall more behind on comments, Darth, but let's see. This is Darth Raven's Instagram. That is his name. I'm not going to try to pronounce it. I think it's Ian McDonald. I think that's the Irish pronunciation of Ian. Ian McDonald. And this is the famous fur baby. So yeah, here it is. And as much as I like dogs, I can't afford to fall back in comments. I will never get over with this stream. I won't be able to eat dinner. And still here. Amazing, isn't it? Darth trying to say my name. I died inside. At least you got an immediate result. Yes, I'm sorry. Vixen. Why would you send it again to just va-va-voom? We all got it. Anthony D, I think Vixen is secretly someone else. I'm not sure it's a secret, Anthony. Bunnies are skipping. It's not all right. Vixen, Anthony D, who do you think I am? Vixen, I'm not sure. You seem familiar. Lol. And there is the admission. Her name used to be OG Spock Love. And what the hell happened? Oh, fuck. Yeah. My name used to be OG Spock Love. So it's confirmed. Vixen Va-Va-Voom is OG Spock Love. Now, Vixen, even though you changed your name, we still have that deal. If you get down to the center of the earth, you're gonna do that favor for me, right? You gotta go get Harvey. We'll get back to that. A name change doesn't resolve you of the promise made. Promises were made. Only a troll would spam Joe at this point. So troll we shall be. Darth says, how are you, man? Darth, I'm struggling, Darth. Struggling to get to the end of these comments. It's like I'm scrolling down, but the thing is still in the center. Oh my God. Vixen, now she feels bad. I don't want pity. I just want respect. Since Mr. Miles doesn't want clothes, don't ask where he hides his wrench. Now, we didn't ask, Mr. Miles. We didn't want to know. We knew where it was. His prison wallet. Is that what it's called? Your prison wallet? DJ should be wondering why it's always clean when I pull it out. Oh, God. Why did I read that? For that, I'm skipping an entire page of comments. Anti-Trekker is back. What the F? What the F? Are you still on? You going for my record? Anti-Trekker. I'm having trouble getting the end of the comments. I was so close, then my sister called. I don't know. We had a half-hour conversation with her on the phone, and I didn't get to any comments. And now I'm screwed, man. I'm screwed. I'm way behind. Anti-Trekker, he had his sister on the phone live. Miles says we've been lied to. Yeah, Anti-Trekker said he probably wasn't going to be back. Then he showed up. Anti got to give you back the tip jar crown too. That's right, Anti-Trekker. We found pictures. I'm the original tip jar. I had a tip jar on my desk in my office in 2006. Beat that. A real tip cup. And it had actual money in it. Not American money, mind you. Maybe a couple of pennies worth, but some weird coins people dropped in there. And I think a few slugs. And I was the one helping them with their computers. It would have been so hard to put a 50 in there, or even a 20. Was that asking too much? Apparently. Six years later, he has finished the comments. Anthony D says, Anti-Trekker super chat that he missed last night. Lol, Anti-Trekker, how's your back, man? Don't start asking Anti-Trekker questions. Wait till he's streamed to ask him questions. Joe D is reading comments from 2018. Oh my God. Okay, I gotta read faster. This means I gotta get my face closer to the screen, which means we're going to this screen. Thomas Potts says, Anti-Trekker, you should stream this. Stream after this. Well, that was going to be a while. Anti-Trekker, seriously, I hope they pass legislation. You can get certain pain relief. Lol. It's time to take my Lyrica, says Anthony D. Vixen says we're going to have a pill party or something. No untying Porthos. Hunting. By the way, bird of prey, quick FYI. This comment is posted at 6:22 p.m. It's now 6:39. Not terribly behind, but man, it looks bad. Kronos, Darth Raven, how is med in your area? Vixen, pills make me feel good. Legal, that's Porthos's girlfriend. Legal ones, Kronos, it's illegal. Sharts and Anthony D says Vixen tells Anthony just don't get caught stealing them. Kronos to Darth Raven, yeah, it's somewhere where I live, I believe. It should be legal. It's about to over the age of 21. Anti-Trekker says, so, remember, don't comment. As he takes up 5 lines of comments to say that. I'm not going to read the 420 stuff. Oh my God, you guys. I can't even see where he is in the comments, says Thomas. Now Vixen decides she's going to put 1 letter per line. Comments, she actually misspelled comments. Unless YouTube is hiding one of them, which they do sometimes. DJ Odyssey, and I know Anthony is putting in fart. Oh, great, fart. Thomas Potts put in Q. Okay, I can't even read these single letter ones. They're not making any sense. Pay attention, Anti-Trekker. This is how you do a stream. Oh, Kronos. So I'm doing it right? I'm doing something right? Because it doesn't feel like I'm doing something right. Anti-Trekker doesn't have the attention for this. J? What is J, Thomas? No word ends in J. Taj, I guess, does, but you didn't say Taj. It would make no sense. John says check your PayPal, but only when Anti-Trekker is watching so he gets jelly. Well, I don't know. Is Anti-Trekker watching right now? Well, I will check it, and I won't say it until I get to the point where I see if Anti-Trekker is here or not. And of course, this gives people more time to make more comments. Oh God, I didn't save the password in this browser. It's gonna take more time for more comments. This is gonna be terrible. This is gonna be the let's see. Oh, thank you so much, John. Let's see if there's a note of some sort. Okay, I don't see a note. I will ask, I guess, when we get to the chat caught up, if there's something you'd like. Thank you very much. I will reveal the amount when I see Anti-Trekker is online. Anti-Trekker says, Kronos, if this was that far behind, you guys would rip me to shreds. DJ Odyssey says, you skip over the chats anyway, though, lol. Anti-Trekker, I think you are wrong. Us nerds here seem to have patience. Anti-Trekker to Kronos, I will try it tomorrow and see what you do. I don't know if that's a good idea, Anti-Trekker. You're on a pretty good heading. I suggest you stick with the advice and the ideas that have gotten you to 7,400 almost subs, and not try to emulate the guy who's looking working hard to pass 170 subs. Just not logical. The chat is a 20-minute delay. However, according to Kronos, Vixen says, laughing, Kronos, you probably would get a lot of please check my last comments. John says, I will not be jelly. I love BOP5. So if you give him, that makes me happy. I would just be more happy if you gave to me. Well, I understand that, Anti-Trekker. But assuming you're here, I got this one. Did I honestly get close to the end of the comments, or did everybody just leave 10 minutes ago? Maybe stop commenting. I don't care. You know what? Thank you. Either way. Anti-Trekker, are you still here? DJ Odyssey related to Ronald McDonald. What happened? Oh wait, did the comments jump down? No, they didn't. Kronos is Anti-Trekker. Probably you'd get a lot of please check my last comments. Yes. People saying now he's going to be 1 hour behind. No, I'm catching up, I think. Eowyn. Zethon is messaging me in another programming, asking if I'm still on. Why doesn't he just come to the stream and say that I'm still on? Now I've lost my place on the chat. But I see Anti-Trekker seems to be here. So Anti-Trekker, John made a very generous donation of $10. So I'm going to go ahead and say you should give him a Uber chat tomorrow. What is that? What's your top chat? A mega chat. You should give him a mega chat tomorrow. I think he earned it. I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, I'll make that decision for you. John gets a mega chat tomorrow. We'll make that happen. Now what happened? Whoa, no. Where did all these comments come from? God damn it. You guys are not... Wow, over 3 hours. Anthony D says Ireland isn't real. Vixen says, damn it, now I'm hungry. Lol. Anti-Trekker says, dinner at this rate, we'll be talking breakfast. If he's lucky. Thomas Potts. I've forgotten comments I made that he's read. Kronos. Yeah, right? It sounds good now. Anthony D, laughing his ass off. Anti-Trekker says, I'm just wondering if I will still be here when he realizes I came back. I hope you were. DJ Odyssey says, Bird. Bird said the F word. Sometimes I say it, sometimes I don't. That's naughty. Yes, it is. Very, very naughty. Vixen says, Harvey called me the vile Vixen of Va-Va-Voom. That's a lot of V's, Vixen. John says, can Miles de-wrench Auntie? No. If you're a wrench holder, you can't de-wrench someone else. Only the channel owner can de-wrench someone. DJ Odyssey says, sure, Bird, rub in that Vixen prefers Doomcock over me too. Jeez, kills the guy's ego. Release Harvey. Yes, release Harvey. Anthony D says Vixen loves the D. She sure does. That's Doomcock. That's what we mean. Not the other thing. Although, we have no reason to think you don't. Kronos says, even though it's a doomcock. Well, yes. I need to drink. I think I'm getting dehydrated. This means I'm going to have to play a video. Of course, videos make me further behind. Oh. Mr. Miles is glad he can provide entertainment. Anthony D. Anti-Trekker. Kronos, oh crap, he's catching up. Anti-Cracker, what? Anti-Trekker is here. Hurry, someone else call him. Run away, run. Oh wow, Bird of Prey 5 is getting bossy. The Great Chip Tip Jars Wars, Episode 1. Joe is a mob boss, Kronos. Is Anti-Trekker still here? Anti-Trekker says nope, he's not still here. DJ Odyssey says he's lurking. Kronos says Anthony D, who is Joe? Fuck you, Kronos. You know who Joe is. Anti-Trekker lol. Anthony, 2 smiley faces. Kronos says pill party. That's what Bill Clinton was looking for, a pill party. Thomas Potts, oh well, since Anti-Trekker isn't here, I guess we can tell him my bank info. Interesting, Mr. Miles. Pill party and I wasn't invited. Unsubscribing. I think Zethon finally realized he should come over and check. And he sees I'm still on. I can't return his message. I'm in the zone. Mr. Miles, tell your pet rock the rules of Puff Puff Pass. Oh my god, I missed something. I'll have you know this is proper New English spelling. Mr. Miles, Chief Engineer, it's unfortunate. DJ Odyssey, as long as he doesn't pee on you. DJ Odyssey says no he doesn't. Anti-Trekker, nope. I don't know what the hell I'm reading anymore. Vixen is laughing. Anti-Trekker is throwing up his hands. Chief Cook, he here. Yes, I am here. Don't ask Anti-Trekker for anything. He is God after all. Or is he? And Anthony D, I'm hurting from laughing. I hope this is funny to you, because I'm not sure. EJ Odyssey 14 here now, and waiting to see what is on PayPal. You know this is crazy, says Anti-Trekker. Thomas Potts, waved at yell Anti-Trekker so he knows you're here. Chief Cook, I just left Track Yards. Track Yards was live. These bastards. Captain Foley. Vixen says, what does God need with a starship? DJ Odyssey says, my voice is going. Do you hear that, people? My voice is going. DJ Odyssey, and here Anti-Trekker thought we was rough on you. Kronos, I can't feel my spleen anymore. That's a serious issue, Kronos. You should probably get that checked out. Mr. Miles, AT can spend nearly an hour here overall, but he won't watch a 2-minute trailer from me. Well, I'm just more interesting than trailer, Mr. Miles. Chief Cook, what up, Miles? Anti-Trekker, some emojis. Mr. Miles, say, ho, Cook. He meant hi, Cook. Kronos, cooks aren't hoes, but some cooks cook hoes. Chief Cook, give him a hell yeah, hell yeah. Anthony D. to Vixen, spread wisdom beyond the Great Barrier. Anti-Trekker, you just read my comments. DJ Odyssey, my ex-wife was a cock and a hoe. More info than we needed, DJ. Vixen, ill not in the chat, dude. Janitor, we need a janitor in here. That's you, Mr. Miles. You don't watch Futurama, so you're Scruffy the janitor from now on. Chronos to DJ Odyssey. I'm sorry to hear that. Anti-Trekker. Is that not proof I am here? If you think you're here, therefore you are here. Oh no, god damn it. DJ Odyssey, I'm not cleaning up that spunk. Mr. Miles was shooting around. A bunch of laughing. Chrono says he doesn't like westerns either. Anti-Trekker, is he just not going to say the amount? Anti-Trekker, I said the amount. It was $10. It was a very generous $10, and you owe John a mega chat on Saturday night stream. Congratulations. Chronos, oh crap, he said comments. Run. Anti-Trekker, I've left like 75 comments. Back, I have ignored at least 20 comments from Mr. Miles. A bunch of laughing. Another 53 from Chronos. I wish that was money. Anti-Trekker ignored my comments. You know what? I think we're going to do a policy. $1 per comment you post up. So you guys go back through the chat, count the number of comments you've made, and then PayPal me $1 for each comment. I think that's only fair. Thank you. Mr. Miles, Chief Engineer at least. Anti-Trekker says, nice, John. The Trekker says, since the boss man said it, John, remind me tomorrow and you can get your mega chat. There you go. You see, John, I make things happen. Took him about 6 hours to tell you. Well, it's better than nothing. Chronos, Anti-Trekker makes fun of his followers. John says, a bird of prey, go to bed for my 4 a.m. shift tomorrow. Hope your fans, gotta go to bed for your 4 a.m. shift tomorrow. Hope your fans don't comment you to death. Enjoy the super chat. Thank you so much, John. Zethon, you finally showed up because I couldn't answer you because I'm in the zone answering comments. Could you read at Thomas Potts' last message? Fuck you, Zethon. Fuck you. No. Retype it. Vixen, I won't follow him then. Chronos, wow, we're up to 15 watchers. Anti-Trekker says, okay, I'm really gonna go now. Have a good night. Good night, Anti-Trekker. Qapla. Vixen, night poop guy. Chronos, Anti-Trekker, take care. DJ Odyssey says poop isn't funny. Thomas Bot says that Anti-Trekker, good night. We will be there for your stream tomorrow. Chronos, I'm not sure I'll be there. Chronos says Thomas Pot's true. Anthony D, night Anti-Trekker. DJ Odyssey, who is Joe? Don't start with that shit, DJ. Vixen says Joe Blow. DJ Odyssey says who? Anthony D says, I want booze and hooker party with Vixen. Oh my god. Zethon says to me, can you please read Thomas Potts' last message, you son of a bitch? No. DJ Odyssey, wait, no, god damn it. Chronos says Zethon, it may take some time. DJ Odyssey says come back tomorrow night, you'll be caught up. Vixen is finally going to get dinner. Take care, Vixen, if it means you're leaving. Thank you so much for staying as long as you did. DJ Odyssey already ate alone as usual. I'm sorry, DJ. Zethon says, can you please read my last message? I already read your last message. It said to read Thomas's last message. And then I told you where you could go F yourself. DJ Odyssey, I said cook. DJ Odyssey said. And then Anthony says cuck. I like how Joe calls it Futurama. It's Futurama. Vixen, he's a New Yorker. Cocking cock. Don't make fun of Commander Cockings, Kronos. DJ Odyssey, but you have to pay US $3 every comment you have read that we wrote. You have to pay us $3 for every comment you have read that we wrote. Negative there, DJ. Or actually fine, but you have to send me your money first. Vixen, oh Hannibal, you scamp. Zethon is laughing. Anthony D, in the zone. AutoZone. Kronos, is there Murray's for followers? Murray's? What? My eyes are burning. Fuck you, Zethon. Can you please read Thomas Potts' last message? Thomas Potts, Zethon is a loser. Zethon, can you please read my last message? Can you please read Thomas Potts' next message? And Thomas Potts says Zethon is a loser. There, you happy now? What's wrong with being a loser? Kronos. Frank Sinatra song, Here's to the Losers, will not be sung tonight. Maybe some other time. DJ Odyssey is nothing. He's really good at being a loser. So he's winning at being a loser. Thomas Potts, like hell he is. DJ Odyssey. Trick. We send the money and we never see ours. DJ, do you honestly think a mob boss would take advantage of someone like that? If you can't trust the mob boss's word, who can you trust? You bastards are still typing. DJ Odyssey. Can everyone get a label of a loser? Bye-bye ever. DJ Odyssey, can you please then stop saying F you? Zethon's the past 5 comments. Vixen is back. Zethon, please read out DJ Odyssey's last message. Kronos, Vixen, va boom. Who would be? Can you please read my next 10 comments? No, Anthony. Vixen, what did I miss? Nothing. You missed nothing. Birds cursing a whole lot now. Kronos. Vixen. Va boom and stuff. Losers and stuff. Oh my god. That, he's caught up. He's caught up. DJ Odyssey called it at 7:03 p.m. I have caught up. Bird is getting hangry. Breaking news, he's caught up. I have caught up. I have caught up. No thanks to you pesky kids. The clapping, you're welcome. Thank you guys so much for spending time here. 13 people now. Man, I wish I had more energy and could eat while I was doing this. I really do have a lot of fun with these streams, but you know what they say, all good things Eventually, Worf and Troy are going to get together. So that's where we are right now. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your enemies. Tell your family. You know, just subscribe your mom next time you're over. You're over your family's computer and they left their account signed in. Subscribe them. You're doing them a favor. So yes, please do all those things. Like, comment, and subscribe. And Qapla. Remember, it means success.